Hello everybody, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob, and today it's Friday. Happy Friday everybody, happy Friday. Today we are playing the Lord of the Rings starter deck. Of the four, we are playing the Dwarves of Durin, if I'm saying that correctly. We're playing the Dwarves starter deck for Lord of the Rings, a living card game, basically an expandable kind of collectible card game, cooperative card game from 2011, released by Fantasy Flight Games, and since being re-released this year with a new revised core set, new repackaged campaigns, repackaged standalone scenarios. They're also repackaging some player cards into these starter decks. So we've already featured the Elves starter deck. That was in the previous stream. You can find that in the playlist link in the video description. And the plan is next week to go through the other two, which are the Riders of Rohan and I believe the Defenders of Gondor. So we're going to play through all four of them as they're built in the box. They give you extra cards and extra heroes and all this stuff that you can swap in, tweak the deck, change the deck. They give you more cards than you need to just play. But we are just playing with the prescribed, pre-configured starter deck, the precon, as they sometimes call it, pre-constructed deck. That comes in the package. So that's the thing. And being asked in the chat, can you prove you are Rob? No, I can't. I never said my name was really Rob. I just, that's maybe not my government name, but that's just the name I go with. So it's not actually my government name. All right. Let's see here. Yogi's got his cave diving breeches on. Yes, we are going delving, actually. Delving is what the mechanic or the theme is called in this deck. Where we'll be discarding and digging through our deck, like dwarves digging under mountains to create their homes, making caves. That's what we're going to do today with our starter deck. That's the theme of it, at least. So probably like 25-30% of our deck will be like in the discard pile if we don't draw through our deck in at least one of the scenarios we played today. We're doing it wrong, or we got a bad draw or something, or we're just getting unlucky. But if you watched our playthrough series going through the Hobbit saga expansions for this game that we did recently, Mel and I were both playing dwarf decks, playing that 2-player. You'll see, I went through the starter deck and the extra cards, and we did it in the unboxing, and I noticed a lot of the cards that we already were playing with that come from those 2 Hobbit saga expansions. Some of them come from the second, I think, or third cycle. The early cycle that had all the dwarf stuff with the Darrow Delve or whatever box. A lot of cards, a lot of dwarf cards, a lot of dwarf themed cards that we played with recently on the channel or we've seen before in our years playing this game. So a lot of the cards I looked through, I was like, oh wow, we just played with these. Like Mel just had this in her deck. I had this in my deck, and we were just like, okay, now they're all in the deck together. And we've seen Mel draw through her deck by discarding and drawing with all the effects. But this deck's loaded with them, so we should have a pretty big hand of cards. You illegally changed your deck name to your favorite Keyforge deck name. Oh my god. Yes, that does sound like a Keyforge deck name. Rob's Gaming Table, just random words put together, right? Damn algorithm. Oh yeah, I'm wearing a blue shirt, so it's definitely me, not an imposter. Yeah, so what we're playing today, we're going to play against the Dark of Mirkwood expansion, the 2 standalone scenarios we played last time. We are going to play in campaign mode, mini campaign with them, just like we did in the last stream. We're going to keep it the same as we go forward, playing through the exact same scenarios, the exact same setup, other than we'll choose the different attachment or whatever at the beginning. I don't know if I'll put a poll, because you guys just like to troll me. Because, yeah, we only have lore and leadership. No spirit. This one's only a dual color deck. So let's talk about the deck. All right. Let me just bring it up. The deck is linked in the video description, okay? You can open it up, ringsdb.com. The deck is linked below. You can check it out while we're playing with it and look at it. You can see the cards that are in the sideboard, extra in the package that we're not playing with, and all the extra copies of the ones that we only have 2 of and stuff. But we are playing with Biffer, Dane, and Ori. So Biffer, the hero, is pay 1 resource from a hero's resource pool to add 1 resource to Biffer's resource pool. Actually, the better way is probably this. Because this is ugly looking at that stuff, I'm telling you. We need to look at the cards, right? So we got Dane Ironfoot. Dane's awesome. I used to play with Dane a lot. Back in the day. You know, before we really streamed this game on YouTube. I mean, we streamed it like once or twice on Twitch and YouTube and then just kind of deleted a bunch of them because they weren't the best quality. But, yeah, I used to love playing this game off camera a lot. And Dane was like always in a deck at the table. I felt like when we were playing any kind of dwarf deck, he was like 100% in the deck no matter what. Because while he is ready, dwarf characters get +1 attack, +1 willpower. What are the 2 main things in the game? Questing and fighting. Well, pretty much got you covered here. Just wish there was a +1 defense power on there too, would be awesome. But dwarves have some decent defensive powers already. So dwarf characters, that means allies and heroes. Okay, that's our leadership hero. Then we have 2 lore heroes. We got Biffer. So you can pay 1 resource from a hero's resource pool to add 1 resource to Biffer's resource pool. Any player may trigger this ability. So obviously multiplayer, if someone's generating money with the Strut of Gondor across the table, they can fire off this action once per round to basically give you a money if you're needing a lore resource. And to help us with lore resources, we have Ori also. If you control at least 5 dwarf characters, draw 1 additional card at the beginning of the resource phase. This is a dwarf hero I had in my deck during the Hobbit Saga live playthroughs. So yeah, I know he's all good. So yeah. All right, those are our heroes. So 2 lore heroes. So lots of green cards I'm sure we'll have in the deck. We'll have some neutral cards, and we also will have some leadership cards. No tactics. Again, I feel a theme here. All right. So we need to figure out, since we're playing in campaign mode, through the Dark of Mirkwood standalone expansion, we are playing the Oath is the first scenario of the Mirkwood Paths expansion or campaign. Set up, each player choose 1 adaptation boon and attaches it to one of their heroes. Shuffle the Stalking Goblin burden enemy into the encounter deck. Add Stalking Goblin and each adaptation to the campaign pool. And response, at the end of each round, place 1 resource token here. That is your job to make sure I'm doing that, because I know I forget it and then I overcompensate and add more tokens. But we'll try to do it. I'm going to put a die right. I'm going to put it here so it's super obvious that I need to put it on my little tray to start counting. Because I'll be like, what the hell is that black die just randomly sitting there for, okay? So that'll try to remind me to get the damn count started, because where I'm sitting and looking far away, this like little tiny line of text on the bottom of this card, I don't remember to fire it off. It's weird. I'm not a campaign mode guy with this game, but I've been loving it lately. All right, so I always forget to look at that card when I'm like scanning the board while playing. So we have the Secret of Leadership. Okay, this is my favorite one in the whole pack, assuming I need a leadership resource icon. But spend 1 resource from the attached hero's resource pool to ready a hero. Limit once per campaign. Record it in the campaign log. Okay, so 1 time when I need to ready up a hero to get me out of trouble, to defend or attack or something, you know, or the hero gets an attachment on them that at the end of the round, if the hero's not ready, you have to do something bad. This can help you ready before that. But it's only once for the whole campaign. So for today, we're playing both scenarios, whole campaign, just like the last stream. So once today we get to fire this off, but we could use a leadership resource icon. Do we have a lot of leadership cards? Let's take a peek. So here on the right in our graphs, in our draw deck, we have 21 purpley cards, but let's check the cost. Yeah, we have 33 costs. Most of the cost in our deck actually comes from leadership, it looks like, if I'm reading this graph right. But we got lots of neutral, so it doesn't matter where the money's going, but it's like almost an even split for leadership and lore. So we have 2 lore heroes, but is it like the cost uniques maybe doesn't make it as bad? I don't know. Let's check the curve. So we got lots of free cards though. Lots of 1 cost. 2 and 3 cost cards are like common. Okay. And our allies, lots. Okay, so here's the care. Here's what I care. The green is mainly allies. Are the costs there? I think, because it looks like we don't have many leadership allies, but I think they are pretty chunky in cost. Who do we have? We have, let's see. Oh, right here. We could just look at this. This is how I usually do it. I don't usually use these graphs, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's interesting. I usually look at this one. This is the only graph I care about in all the card games, is like this cost thing. Just make sure you don't have too many like high cost cards in there. Okay. So yeah, lots of green. Lots of green allies. So we have Glowing, who costs 3. Longbeard Elder, that costs 3. Yeah. King Under the Mountain, I'd like to get into play as fast as possible. So having an extra purple resource would be nice at the beginning of the game if we see that. Narvi's Belt, that could help. This could help us, you know. Narvi's Belt, we have 2 in there. If we draw it, it costs 2 to attach it, which is kind of annoying. But it allows you then to have the resource icons for any type till the end of the phase. So in planning, technically we can include, I think we can include some like allies or attachments into our deck from Tactics, for example, or Spirit. And then we pop a Narvi's Belt out there and then we exhaust it. So for the rest of planning, you know, we can play some allies, you know, play some attachments out from Tactics or Spirit, but not events though, because unless it's there for that phase, unless they're like a planning phase thing, is my understanding. I think I'm getting this right. But this is a great card to have in the starter decks to kind of help you play with different spheres when you don't really have that hero, or you have a, you know, the 2-in-1 combination of heroes offsetting your resources and your cost. So that's a cool card to have in here. I never felt the need to use it yet, and I played this deck twice yesterday. Yesterday evening while Mel was streaming, I played it twice, once against each of the scenarios, and never once did I put this card in play. And you know why? It's because I think it's because I had this card going. I put this on Biffer. I put this on Biffer because if I ever really needed, if Biffer or Dane didn't have any leadership resources going, I would then trigger this ability, you know, to take a resource from Ori, and boom, then I'd have like a leadership resource ready to go. So it only came into play like one time. No, sorry, this only came into play one time. This, giving him leadership, actually helped, you know, get like Glowing in play a little quicker, or the Longbeard Elder guy or whatever. So that's the one I was default to. You know, it makes sense to add some leadership. There is the whole idea of, you know, trying to heal all damage from a hero. And we could give this to Dane, and then we have, everyone has lower resources. The Tactics thing, again, I don't think we need, since the dwarves are pretty good at fighting. This deal 1 damage to an enemy engaged with you. Yeah, like we could find a use for this. Again, just like last time with the elves. Like just for this one-time ability, we don't care about the Tactics symbol, but the, you know, the ability could help you get out of a jam. Can help you just like one-shot some characters that have high shields, or when you just get overwhelmed with enemies, sometimes that is all you need to like take out one enemy to kind of release the pressure a bit. And then we have the Spirit resource one, exhaust the attached hero to place 3 progress on a location. That could be really helpful in the second encounter again, because it's got like, could get location locked. So the same way you could get enemy locked kind of idea, you know, like overwhelmed with enemies or locations. Both those could just, even though you don't need Spirit resource or you don't need Tactics resource icons in this starter deck generically, but obviously these all open up deck building options. So I recommend, if you have the Dark of Mirkwood and you have this dwarf starter deck, and or any of the starter decks, and you're trying to dabble, feel free to like use one of these to kind of, you know, throw in some Spirit cards, you know, or throw in some Tactics cards, you know, just to try them out. Take out a second copy of that unique ally that's kind of like annoying you always draw it and you don't need it. Maybe the guy in play never dies, or you have trouble getting them into play anyway. You know, take them out, put some of the cheaper Tactics allies in from one of the decks or something, you know what I mean? And then you can take the Tactics resource icon or the Spirit, you know, play some Spirit events that you like to lower your threat or something like that. You know, put them in your deck and then use this and have some fun, you know? But today, I'm just gonna go with the leadership one. Just gotta feel it makes sense. And just to get into the play here. So we'll just do this one. We'll just Yeah, Yogi, the whole idea of the Keely and Feely, they're in the side deck, but the Narvi's Belt, they stick 2 in the deck right away. So it's like, it can be helpful. I just don't feel like the 2 costs spend on it when attachments can be discarded, even in this set, in this these 2 encounters we played today. I don't know if in both scenarios, but I definitely know there's a shadow card, I believe, that discards an attachment off the defender. So you just got to be careful, because you spend 2 on that Narvi's Belt just to help you like spend resources on other color cards. The thought of losing the 2 resources, I feel like sets you back rather than just waiting another round and then putting the card into play you need. It's like, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Narvi's Belt unless it's like needed. Like you're sticking in some out of faction card that like makes your deck go to the next level, you know? Well, those 3 card slots plus the 2 spend on it, not a fan. Not a fan at all. But I'm glad they put it in the starter deck though. Definitely helps players like learning the game and understanding the sphere idea. I'm like, why would they give me this card? Oh, I get it. And they start looking into like, you know, I can put in different colored cards that don't match with my heroes, you know? And then it kind of gets them really like, you know, realizing the depth of the Lord of the Rings deck building and just having an adventure into that rabbit hole. So yeah, so we'll go just the leadership one. And like I said, I'm just going to put it on Biffer. In theory, you know, if we ever needed a resource to ready a hero, we could fire off Biffer's ability, take a resource from either of these guys, put it on Biffer, then fire off this action, ready a hero for like super desperate. It's just like, it's a cool little combo. Whether we do it, I don't know, but it's there. It's there. The heal all damage from a hero could be good. When I was playing yesterday, I was adding damage to my heroes because I was having trouble in one of the games building up my board. Got a little overwhelmed with enemies, so these guys were doing defensive actions. Also, some of the dwarfs are a little squishy with 1 health, and there are treachery cards that come out we saw last time that deal 1 damage to a character you control. And if I put it on a dwarf I paid for in play, that's like, you know, 2 costs, 3 costs, whatever, and they've already taken a few hits, I don't want to kill them. I'd rather put it on a hero who's got a bit more spare health. So healing a hero could, you know, let you be a little more flexible and safe. So that one's not bad. But the lore resource, like, I don't think we need it. But it could be the other explanation. Like you put it on Dane, and if Dane's ever just sitting there with money, you know, you can get more lore cards in play or more allies or whatever. So that's the plan. That is the plan. Can you play it for the draw, and then it triggers the gain 2 resources as well? Oh, sorry. I have a silly question, says Yogi. Can you explain how hidden cache works? Yes, I can. Oh, that's the other thing. I was sitting there yesterday, or the day before, and I was like, okay, let's get this dwarf deck out, start reading through the cards, seeing what's in this deck, and then I'm going to sleeve it up. And I was looking through all my sleeve colors, and I was like, what color, and I want you guys to try to guess. I want to hear guesses. What color of Dragon Shield matte sleeves, or just general color, would you pick to sleeve some hardcore, grumpy, living under mountain, feel like everything was stolen from them, the world doesn't care about them, little dwarfs, you know, these little tough fighting dwarfs? What color sleeve would you pick that says, you know, group of questing and fighting dwarfs to take on this horde of goblins? Yogi guesses pink. Patrick guesses gray or iron color. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fiery red says Beatles. Brown says Janet. Janet, that's where I was going originally. That's funny. Janet, you got the color I was originally going for. And I did have a copper. I was going to use a copper I had too. But ultimately, Yogi is twisted like me and knows the joke, the cheesy joke I'm going for. The baby pink. I don't know if that's the real color name, but baby pink. Nothing says angry goblin, you know, head chopping off with axes than baby pink, right? Baby pink. That seems like a hardcore dwarf color, right? How many people left? Oh, most people are still here. Okay. All right. Yes, Patrick says real dwarfs wear pink. It feels wrong. Like, this doesn't feel right to me. You guys know I love theming my colors of sleeves usually to the decks. So I should have used green sleeves. But since I played with green sleeves last stream, I was like, no, I'm going to change it up. So I grabbed the baby pink. Which I believe I originally bought some of these baby pinks. A, they were on sale. And B, my daughter liked them for her My Little Pony collectible card game. But these were like in a box that was pretty much unopened, so like barely used, not even used at all, I don't think. So yeah, so they're fresh. There have been no pony cards in here, unfortunately. Dragons can't see pink. It's useful for looting caves and stealth. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I don't know. Okay. Oh, man. Or the Pokemon game too. That's what we use these for originally. Yeah, the Pokemon CCG, my daughter was into playing that. Many, many years ago. Back in my day. Okay. So deck shuffled. I was shuffling while the stream was getting set up there, but all right. So we gotta shuffle the Stalking Goblin into the encounter deck, or whatever it's called in this game. The Goblin Troop. We're gonna set these guys aside. These are our boss that's gonna show up later. They make other goblin enemies worse by giving them more attack power and defense power. So we kind of want to make sure we have the enemies clear when we advance to these guys and not be like overwhelmed before we push. So they're kind of by themselves, or maybe like one other goblins engage with us, you know, like at worst. But it could get out of control real fast if you have too many goblins engage with you. So let's not let that happen. So we'll set them aside over here. And then the Eves of Mirkwood is going to be in play. While it's the active location, we can't cancel anything off the encounter deck. But I don't think we have any cancel in our deck. No, I don't think so. We have a way to get rid of condition attachments. But no cancel that I know of. So we don't care about that. DJ Casio Leon. Very good work. I'm from Brazil. Hello. I'm from Canada. Canada. Hello, hello. How are things? How are things? You having a good day? My little Rob. Jigglypuff for the win, yes. Oh, man. Reminds me, it's giving me the vibes. What's that Nintendo guy that eats everything? Kirby? That little puffy dude. Getting Kirby vibes. Okay, so let's draw our starting hand and see if we like it. Come on, what do we want? King Under the Mountain, right? That's the card, I think, out of the deck. If you look at the deck list, I think that's the card. Oh, Hidden Cache. Sorry, Yogi, Hidden Cache. Let's, we'll reshuffle, one sec. Oh, we drew into a Hidden Cache on that opening. So Hidden Cache, sorry Yogi, I want to explain it, but the card pink stuff got in the way. Response, after Hidden Cache is discarded from your deck, so it has to be discarded from your deck, not your hand, from your deck, okay? Add 2 resources to the resource pool of a hero you control. So basically there's effects in this, like King Under the Mountain, you know, discard 2 cards, I think that one works. Where is it? Exhaust King Under the Mountain to look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Add 1 to your hand and discard the other. So since you're just looking at the top 2 cards of the deck, you didn't draw them first, they never changed their location, this works. So exhaust King Under the Mountain to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, and you discard the other. If the other you discarded was this, you get 2 resources. Also, this guy, after Arid Nimraz, I don't know how to say it, Prospector enters play, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. then choose and shuffle 1 from your discard pile back into your deck. So if you discard a hidden cache, or if you discard this guy, after he is discarded from your deck, you can put it into play under your control. So this guy works the same way, like he gives you an effect after it gets discarded off your deck, not from hand. So if an encounter is like discard, you travel to this location, each player must discard a random card from hand. Doesn't work for that. It has to come from the deck. But there are things that are discard the top card of your deck, check the cost, compare it, blah, blah, blah. That would work if this fired off of there. But some of those effects make you shuffle your deck first, so you can't like, you know, prep it or put it back on the top of your deck if there's other effects in the game that do that. What else does this? I think there's something else. But then on the hidden cache, there is a backup. So if you do just draw it, or you have it like in your opening hand, whatever, you draw it up, at least you have it to do an action. You spend 1 money, you draw a card to replace it. It kind of sucks. It's definitely a balance thing. But spending 1 money to draw a card, I mean, that sounds good in like Arkham Horror, but in here, I don't know. It's just you're replacing the card. So it's like, and now you're down 1 money. So there's that question of, do you put this in your deck? Why not just put a better card you'd rather draw into? It's because you have the chance of discarding it off. So if it happens once, twice, you know, and you're getting that free money from those discard effects you're already doing anyway, this just adds to the sweetness. But some games you'll just draw all 3 of them. You'll never get a use out of them. They might be just dead cards in your hand until you, like, you know, have extra money, you're digging for something. But man, when you hit it, when you hit the 2 resources, oh, it's such a good feeling. The card just screams fun and efficiency. I love it. Love it. But yeah, I'm kind of glad they put that other action on there just in case you draw into them so you don't feel too bad. But it is like spending a resource to like replace it kind of feels bad. But I mean, if you're just digging in your deck and you just need to find something, like you're looking for your King of the Mountain and you draw into this, at least you can like keep going in your deck, right? It just costs money. But only 3 of them. So yeah, it's just fun stuff. So a little nostalgia thing. I'll never forget the first time. Let me see here. Nope. Nope. Okay, one sec. I'll find it. Okay. So when I was getting into tabletop gaming, 2012, so like 10-ish years ago, into modern board gaming and all that, the second game I got into was Game of Thrones, a collectible card game, which is by Eric Lang, but also was developed, the first edition LCG and stuff was developed by, like, Nate French worked on it heavily, and Nate French is the designer of this game, working at Fantasy Flight Games. I don't know who designed this card specifically, but I'll never forget this when I fell in love with Martell, House Martell in the Game of Thrones, the card game, because of this card right here. This whole idea of getting a benefit off of bad things or kind of mediocre things happening in the card game. So I could only find it quickly on Google by finding an eBay listing for some reason. It wasn't coming up in the databases because there's different copies of Darkstar in Game of Thrones, the CCG, the LCG first edition, and the LCG second edition. This is from the first edition. I loved Martell. I was like diehard Martell fan, or a Targaryen, depending on the day. But Martell, I love cards like this. Just screamed fun. When I would teach players, I'd make sure this card would be around just to show them. But the whole idea that this guy could be in your hand, you just hold him, right? He costs 4 for only like 3 with a military and an intrigue icon. It wasn't like the greatest statted, so you like usually wouldn't play this guy unless you could like get him in cheap or he was like the only character in your hand kind of idea. But you could just hold this in your hand, and anytime anyone won an intrigue challenge against you, they get to discard cards from your hand at random, right? That was one of the things. If you lose a military challenge, someone dies. If you lose an intrigue challenge, you lose a card from hand. If you lose a power challenge, they steal power from you and you're trying to get to power in the game. But if you're Martell, you win by losing. It's like their whole theme. Anyone who knows the Martells from the books or shows, well, the shows they just lost, but they're the long-term planning, the win by losing. So this card, I'll never forget the moment where I'm teaching a player, a friend of mine, and he yanks this out of my hand. He thinks he's crushing me. He wins an intrigue challenge. He pulls it out of my hand, and it says if Darkstar would be discarded from your hand or deck, so you could have the same kind of effects that we're talking about today, you put them into play instead. So sometimes you'd have discard effects, you know, looking for a card, tutoring for a card, whatever, or sometimes your opponent just yanks a card, or sometimes you'd have an effect, discard a card to pay for something. This would work. You could just discard this guy to pay for an effect and he would be in play. Super busted, but super fun. So that's when I got hooked on these kind of effects where like, oh, discarding cards is not fun. Losing cards from your hand is not fun. But man, when this hits, it's not the most efficient, not the most consistent thing, but when it hits, it's just amazing. And that was my first experience with this kind of design. So playing this deck today gives me those feels, like right back to those days where you're like, it's like you're gambling, like, you know, you're trying to get that hit, you know, you play a whole bunch of times just hoping to get that hidden cash discarded off the top. But when you do, you're like, yes, I'm winning. And you kind of forget about all the times you just kept drawing it and it was being annoying to you. So I just want to throw that out there. That's what it reminds me of when I was playing with this card like 10 years ago. Before I even found out about this game, this was where I first realized that they did those kind of effects, and then I fell in love with that kind of idea. So there you go, into the mind of back in my day. Let me tell you a story. That was fun. It's an awesome game at that price, no brainer. Yeah, that's just 3 copies of that card on eBay for $1 US each. I probably have like 9 copies of that card because of how many sets of Game of Thrones, the card game first edition, I own since I bought other people's collections when they're getting out of the game, so that I could build testing sets and build for Mel full decks. And I had a full second card pool just for building my decks because I used to play at tournaments and help us build gauntlet decks and have friends over for testing and stuff like that. Friends who didn't have collections, we would build decks for them to test against us to prepare for tournaments and stuff. So yeah, I probably have like 9 copies of that card, so I could definitely get $3 US by selling my 3 sets. Man, wow. What am I doing streaming? I should be selling those cards. Shipping is $8 US. The cards are $1. Amy says, love fantasy themed games. I found New Descent Legends of the Dark for $113, shipping included. Chat, would you recommend it? That's tough. It's hard to recommend a game. I mean, when we don't know what's in your collection, what type of games you like, you know. Have you played other dungeon crawlers? Have you played app-driven games? Do you like building 3D terrain during the game to set up the next room and stuff? Do you like to own the best miniatures in board gaming ever? Do you paint? If you paint minis, you will love painting these minis. They are like the best quality miniatures in a board game, period. Other than maybe if Games Workshop kind of, let me stand corrected. The best pre-assembled miniatures in a board game. They're like that rigid, high quality plastic, so detailed. But yeah, if you like that kind of game, you want like a little bit of a lighter dungeon crawler. But it's like, do you like those games? Do you not have it in your collection? Do you want to try one? I don't know if that's the best price to try one. Maybe it is. But it's hard to recommend a game not knowing what you have. Have you played, Mansion of Madness 2nd Edition, Lord of the Rings, Journeys to Middle-earth, Descent 2nd Edition with the app, Star Wars Imperial Assault with the app? If you like any of those games, I think you're good. But if you've never played them, I don't know if that's the first one you should try, but that's up to you. So yeah. You're just looking for someone to tell you yes, so you go buy it. But I'm not going to be that person for you. You got to make sure it fits to your budget and your collection. Don't buy it if you already have tons of games you haven't played either. Don't do it. You don't need another game collecting dust. But yeah. So that's what Dugway is saying. It's an awesome game. At that price, it's a no-brainer. I got it. I now know what you're answering. Okay. I see. Greg says, I have it, and I think it's fun. Need to like app-driven games, though. Bingo. Good advice, Greg. Yeah, you always gotta let people know. Don't just tell them to buy it because you had fun with it. You gotta like say the things that like, you know, you gotta be okay with this kind of stuff, you know? Some people don't like the building the 3D terrain stuff. I've seen that turn people off. That's the thing that people don't like, that idea. Like, it's nice how setup is pretty quick, but then there's the constant of tear down and setup during the gameplay, which I think is fun. It's nice to break up the play. It's better than spending like 45 minutes setting the game up for some dungeon crawling games, and then you see the whole level. I'd rather only set up 1 or 2 rooms and then have the map unveiled to me as I play, no matter how long it takes to set up during play. I think that's an awesome thing. I'll take that over knowing the whole scenario any day. But who doesn't have a shelf of opportunity? Yeah, Velco's saying basically you could buy that, see if you like it, and then you probably could sell it if it's not for you. Just keep it in good condition. And you probably could sell it and probably sell it for around that same price, or maybe a little bit less, you know? Canadian Mustache, how's it going? All right, let's get to it. Okay. We got King Under the Mountain, so we pretty much keep, except for allies are kind of lacking. We're missing dwarf allies, which is a little scary. We have one. We have Dory. But Dory costs 3. We can't play him in the first turn, so this is a little scary. But with King Under the Mountain, could we find a 1-cost ally to put into play? This has me a little worried that if we see an enemy, we're going to have to fight with our heroes and take a little hit. We don't have anyone to help us with questing. Honestly, I'd probably discard it if it weren't for King Under the Mountain to help us with our draw engine and help us build up our board. It's a gamble, though. But oh, we also have Legacy of Durin. But again, we need to play dwarf characters to actually draw cards, but we have our 2 draw engine cards right here. We also, if we do find some you know, dwarf allies, this can help us get more of them in play possibly. But again, we don't even have a second one right now. Yeah, pink sleeves, it made me think of fighting, like angry fighting goblins, or angry dwarfs fighting goblins with axes and stuff. Right away, I thought baby pink would be the best sleeve color for it. I'm glad you noticed. Yeah, because, you know, that's the first color of my sleeves I thought to use for this. Happy Friday. All right. Yeah, so I think I'll keep it, but I'm a little worried. But it is the first scenario. This is the easier of the 2 scenarios. On the second scenario, I don't know if I would keep this. But on this one, I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it. It's a little scary, but it could be worse. Yeah, we'll keep it. We will keep it. Oh yeah, we also started, I think, only 26 threat, right? 11, 7, that's 18, plus 8 more, 26. So we're pretty low threat. So even if we can't really quest too hard at the beginning, we might be okay. I think we're okay. So we have a little bit extra time in this one. All right. So let's start planning phase, or resource phase. Draw a card. Oh, look at that. That's exactly what we needed. A nice cheap little dwarf to get into play. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It's all making sense. We gambled and it worked. Okay. So remember, this guy has lore and leadership. So there is a play where I just play Legacy of Durin, just to draw a card off of playing a dwarf. And then we worry about King Under the Mountain next round. Hmm. or we just play King Under the Mountain for 2. There's a chance we could discard a card we can, like an ally or something we can put into play, or a hidden cache. Yeah, let's gamble with the King Under the Mountain, I think, right? We'll spend the 2 on this. We'll play this guy, or we'll hold this guy actually, because we could draw into something else. And then we have him to play, and then we'll do this. Yeah, I think we'll get this going. I'll be happier in the long run when we have this going. So yeah, we'll throw this on Dane, and we'll exhaust King Under the Mountain as an action to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, and discard the other. Okay, so we didn't get a discard effect. I think we'll take this little guy. So we get some more ally options. Okay. So I could play this guy. I could then play We Are Not Idle to exhaust him to give us an extra resource, but it would be too late for Legacy of Durin. I don't really want to exhaust my heroes, so I think I'll hold on a play of just getting a resource. I want to get more bang for my buck out of this, especially since I got rid of one. So I'll play this guy. Start building up our dwarfs. Okay, let's go to questing. We'll quest for 3. Oh no, we got a goblin sniper starting the day here. Oh man. We can optionally engage him already though, right? Yeah. I don't know if we can oh, we can kill him, yes. Okay, so we got 4 in there. We put in, oh sorry, we have Dane standing. Sorry, we put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I didn't say that already. Oh, hey Kate, have fun. Have fun. Consider buying Descent, unplayed campaigns. All right. So we're up by 1. Okay, so let's just put 1 here. Okay, so we'll optionally engage this guy. Oh, sorry, travel. Let's travel to here. Okay, we'll optionally engage this guy. We'll defend with Biffer for 2. He's attacking for 2. Deal 1 damage to an exhausted character you control. Great Spider. Okay, so let's deal it to Ori. Because we won't defend with him, really. I don't want to kill this guy yet. We need to build up to the 5 dwarfs so we can get our 3rd draw engine going, possibly. There's like way too much draw in this deck. And then we will use Dane to attack for 2 and kill this guy. All right, we'll ready up. End of the round, we're going to raise our threat to 27. We're going to put a counter on the Oath campaign card. Hey, Brian, how's it going? Work meetings ran long. How dare they on a Friday? How dare they? All right. Now we will draw a card. Yep, just 1 card. Cram, love it. Cram is amazing. Discard Cram to ready an attached hero. We also have a dwarf in our deck. When we play him, we can get the top attachment from our discard pile back to the hand. So also other fun little cycle combo stuff. Let's get our resources going. Okay, so we're going to stick Cram on Dane. Just in case we exhaust him, we can ready him right back up in questing and get his ability. Because remember, his ability giving all the dwarf characters an extra attack and an extra willpower is only when he is readied. So now we could quest with him, toss Cram, ready him right back up, and he gives his buff to himself because he is a dwarf character. Yep, it just says dwarf characters, not other dwarf characters. So he would get the buff too, which is kind of neat. So Cram is great on him. Let's play this Arid near the Prospector, however you say that. To try to do the discard off the top of the card. Maybe we hit a hidden cache, maybe we hit that dwarf that can go into play. And we can shuffle something back into the deck. I think that's who we put into play here. Oh, hold on. Nope. 1 sec. I don't have a way to play Legacy of Durin yet, so it's fine. So we'll pay this guy for 2 lore resources, discard the top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we hit. So he just got discarded from our deck. We put him into play under our control. Cha-ching! Cha-ching! And then we'll shuffle back in. Let's shuffle back in Longbeard Elder. The fun is already starting with this deck. I love it. I'm so glad this is working on stream. Because in the first game I played, it didn't really fire off that well. I was just like missing all the time. But seeing a couple hits, hopefully you realize if this deck looks like it might be for you to add to your collection, your early collection of Lord of the Rings, the re-released product stuff. You know, after buying your revised core set, this might be the fun deck you're looking for. I love the Elves one though. The hopping in and out of play was super good. So far, like I'm 2 for 2, loving these little decks they put together. With the limitations they had of not pulling cards from other campaign boxes or whatever, cycles that they were planning on reprinting soon. So it's kind of neat. Well done, well done. All right, good stuff. Hopefully this also fires off in the second game today, where it's actually pretty hard and we can pull it out. Okay, so now we can have some fun. Yeah, let's gamble. We gotta clear staging area. Let's really push it. Action: exhaust 2 allies you control. So this card is free. You know, we're gonna have Gandalf telling a story here to. I'm assuming that is what's his name from The Hobbit? The like main dwarf guy. Oh, brain fart. There's only like 65 dwarfs in that I have to remember. Who's like the young dwarf guy that is like leading them all? I forget. I have a feeling it's that guy, but anyways, I can't remember. Someone will quickly correct me in the chat so I don't keep thinking about it for the next 30 minutes trying to remember the name. I don't want to Google it. Thorin Oakenshield. There we go. Thank you, Edward. Yeah, Thorin, that's it. Yep. Okay, so we're going to play this, and we're going to exhaust 2 characters. Let's exhaust these 2. Okay. Then what happens is we exhaust 2 allies you control to shuffle your deck and discard the top 5 cards. Put up to 2 allies discarded by this effect into play under your control. The total cost to put into play cannot exceed the total cost of allies you exhausted to pay for the effect. So I exhausted 5 costs worth of allies. So we have to shuffle just in case we have some cards that manipulate what goes in the deck and we like stack it and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to shuffle just quickly here. I have nothing that does that, but... Or if you peeked at the top of your deck or anything like that. This wants to prevent you from doing those kind of shenanigans, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to discard. So we lose them. So if these are cards we want, like if there's a few Gandalfs in here, that sucks. We can get 1 Gandalf into play. But like you could lose some of your pieces here doing this kind of trickery, right? And we got 5 costs worth of 2 allies. And we got a hidden cache. Holy, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket after this. Don't play the lottery, it's a scam. All right. So I'm gonna put these 2 guys into play. And when this guy comes into play, we discard a condition attachment from play. We do not have one to get rid of. It's optional, obviously, if you didn't want to get rid of one. I don't know why you wouldn't. And then we got Bomber, who's unique. Exhaust Bomber to choose a location that gets -1 threat until the end of the phase. The location does not contribute its threat if it's an underground location, which I believe there's underground locations in the second scenario. So that could be really helpful. But right now I'm not sure. But at least he's a body. All right, so we discarded this. So after hidden cache is discarded from your deck, place 2 resources on a hero. Let me look at my hand. What do we have here? We want green resources, I think. But the best place to put it is on a character that has 2 spheres covered, is Biffer, who has lore and leadership. So we'll put them there. Okay. And Lure of Moria and Thorin's map. I'm okay with the Thorin's map going away. The Lure of Moria, I have one in hand, so I think we're okay in this scenario with it. But the second scenario, hopefully we can pull one of those. That's just the one that helps us ready all dwarf characters, which is kind of like busted. It really helps you like finish out games. But it's really good. Really good. Okay. So yeah, that was nuts. I mean, we could play We Are Not Idle to get Dory into play too. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm actually going to exhaust. Let's exhaust. I'm going to exhaust these two to play We're Not Idle. Discard X-Dwarf. Oh, X-Dwarf Heroes, sorry. I haven't used this yet. Exhaust X-Dwarf Heroes to add X resources to a hero's resource pool and draw a card. So you know what? That's fine too. Let's exhaust 1, 2. Okay, we'll add 2 to here. Going to 4. X resources to a hero's resource pool and draw a card. Okay. Boom, Longbeard Elder. Oh, I wish I knew that. I'd rather have him in a play than Dory. Oh, but we can because he's dual resource. Yes, yes, yes. So let's spend 1, 2, 3. Actually, first, sorry, first, we'll go down to there. First, I'm going to play Legacy of Durin, which I keep forgetting. And I'm going to then play this guy for the 3. After I play him, I exhaust this to draw a card. Oh, I drew into a hidden cache. Fail, fail, fail. That's okay. We're on turn 2, by the way. We're on turn 2, by the way. This is kind of bananas. This is crazy. This is crazy. I love it. Holy. We just blew up there. And I probably could have even done it more efficiently and maybe got more going. But, oh, this sucks. If this was in there and we had the resources for this, we could have had Dory into play. Oh, that's okay, though. Oh, did we not do this? Yes, we did. We did this, right? Did we not do King Under the Mountain yet? I don't think we did this turn yet, did we? No, we didn't. I should have done this. King Under the Mountain. I'm so sorry. I don't think we did. Right? We did it the first round. Yeah, I don't think we did it the second yet. I don't think we did it. Oh my God. Oh my God. We hit another one of these again. If I would have done that first before the legacy, before this, the dwarf, the Legacy of Durin, I would have hit a hidden cache or this guy. Either one goes into play. The other one I draw, so I would draw this guy instead, right? And then I would have got 2 more resources and then would have been able to play this guy or this guy. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so let's scoop and say we won and move on to the next quest. Holy crap. Look at this. Turn 2 of the game. Holy. This won't always happen though, sorry. Exactly. Gambler's fallacy, exactly. Man, this always happens. 1% of the time this happens, 100% of the time, I swear. All right. I think we're good. Questing. We don't want, like, I guess we're good to go, right? Like, we normally want to kind of stall a bit on the first quest in this one to build up. I feel like we got there. All right, let's start first by using this guy to quest. I guess we have to quest with all of them simultaneously, I'm pretty sure. But then we can optionally fire this off. After Longbeard Elder commits to a quest, look at the top card of the encounter deck. If that card's a location, place 1 progress on the current quest. Otherwise, he gets -1 willpower till the end of the phase. But remember, he gets an extra from this guy too. So we'll do this guy. And I'm just thinking if an enemy shows up, we gotta have some defense, a little bit of fighting because we have these guys down. So maybe we don't go too crazy. Let's not go too crazy. Yeah, let's just do this. Hopefully we don't get an enemy that makes us exhaust somebody, but we do have Cram to back us up for that. All right, so right now in the quest, so after we quest, let's see what the top card is. It is a location, so we're gonna put 2 on the active. Oh, that actually, sorry. That would go here, I think. Okay, so it's a Forest Gate. It's gonna add Forest Gate that's gonna put 2 threat in there. Oh, it's the nice one. After you travel, you draw 2 cards. Okay, good. That's just what we needed. More card draw. Perfect. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. That's fine. Boom. We put that in. So 4, 1 will hit here and get rid of this. And then 3 more here. Right. I think I did that right. I feel like I'm miscounting, but these guys were down for using that other effect. These guys were down for getting money. Okay. All right. Let's travel to here. And we get to draw 2 cards. Oh, another hidden cache. Boo. Oh, look at the next 2 draws. No, I shouldn't have drew. Oh, but I would have drew 1. Oh, I would have drawn 2 at the end of the phase anyway from this guy because I have 5 dwarfs in play. Boo. How dare this deck do this to me? Jeez, so bad. Oh, hey, Mel. I could hear the excitement coming from Rob all the way upstairs. I had to pop in and see what was happening. Yeah, Mel, this is my turn 2 board. This is how much I have on the board. Turn 2, at the start of turn 2 in the game. Yep. Oh, man. Okay. So, that is it for the round. We have nothing to fight, right? So, because we have 5 dwarfs in play, at least 5 dwarfs in play, I'm not going to count them, I'm just assuming. We draw 1 additional card at the beginning of the resource phase. Okay, let's keep that in mind. Okay, threat goes up 28. We'll move up our little token here. Okay, resource phase, we draw 2 cards. Gandalf, Legacy of Durin. Okay, we'll gain our money. Okay. All right. Look at how many cards we got going. This is nuts. Okay. Let's just do King Under the Mountain. We will discard. Hold on. What do we have in our? I already have a Gandalf. I don't have an. Oh, the attachment I have is King Under the Mountain. I don't need that back. So let's just discard this guy. Keep this guy. Okay. So let's play. Let's play Dory, I think. Yep. We'll play Dory. We don't have one in play, right? Nope. Here, let's put these guys like together. Okay. After we play them, we'll draw a card off of Legacy of Durin. Oh, we got a Healing Herbs. We can attach that to a lore hero. Discard Healing Herbs and exhaust attached hero to heal all damage on 1 character. Let's throw that here. Okay. I mean, I could do We Are Not Alone, or We Are Not Idle, sorry, We Are Not Idle. But do I need the money? Like, I don't really want to play Gandalf yet. I could just play another Arid Luid Miner. Oh, I didn't pay for him. I mean, I think we're fine. Yeah. So let's exhaust these 2 to gain 2 resources. Okay. And then we'll just spend 3 to put this guy into play. Right. I don't know. Why not? Okay. Questing. Questing. I mean, we have to get through 4. Oh, sorry. I didn't even flip this. I just know what it needs. Yeah, I didn't even read all this setup, but we already did it. Okay, sorry. We need 9 on this card. I wasn't even looking. Oh, my. We need 9 on here. We got to get through 4 here, so we need a total of 9 total. So let's just... Well, let's just go with this. All right, so right now we'll do his effect. Look at the top card. It's not a location. So now we know we have a 3 threat going in there. While it's engaged with you, it gets +1 for each exhausted character you control. That's going to hurt. Uh-oh, we're going to lose a dwarf. Okay, it's not a location, so he gets -1 willpower, but he does get +1 from Dane, so... Oh, I forgot this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 minus 3. We're at 11. More than enough. Boom, boom. Advance. I don't know if this is good to do that, but... when revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a forest location. This is the one where we need a copy of Goblin Trail. So let's add one of those, which is adding 3 threat to the staging area. And when it leaves play as an explored location, we have to place 6 progress on the current quest, which makes sense because the current quest just happens to be 12. So it helps us a little bit. If we get rid of 1, it'll kind of bring it down to a normal quest progress range. Okay, I'm just shuffling the deck. Let's travel there, I guess. We got to reveal the top card of the counter deck to travel there. Okay, let's cut it. Travel, reveal. Uh-oh, what is this? Surprising speed. I think that's what it says. When revealed, each player returns 1 enemy engaged with them to the staging area. If no enemy was returned to the staging area this way, surprising speed gains Surge and Doomed 1. So Doom's going to raise our threat to 29. Surge, get us another card. We found an abandoned camp, which is 2 threat, 3 to progress it. Response, after the players travel to abandoned camp, the first player discards the top card of their deck. Damn it that I drew all my hidden caches though, and my all my little arid luid miners, because that would be fun. If that card's an ally, put it into player under their control. Well, that could still happen. Discard the top card of the encounter deck to travel there if the card's an enemy added to the staging area. A little gambly, but still pretty cool. But it like goes with the theme of this deck, which I like. I think it's funny. Okay. All right. Now on to engagement. This guy's 18, so he's definitely engaging us. So he's actually attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Who's going to die today? I feel like it's going to be... I feel like Bomber, maybe. I like the stats of this guy's an attack, but he's got less health. So he's actually attacks for 2, which at this point, we need a 6 to kill this guy. How can we do this? We can't really. Could we declare as an attacker and then ready up with Cram? Because that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough. Yeah, exhaust attackers. Exhaust attackers. And then we have an action window before determined combat damage. So yeah, technically we could attack with him and like this guy and ready up with Cram. The only problem is we don't have enough. And I'm not that worried about it. But that means someone else will die next round too, unless we just Gandalf. But we don't have enough money for Gandalf next round because I went too crazy with allies. And if I let it go undefended, I'm losing a hero, so that's not happening either. I could do the spend 1 resource to ready up, but then I don't have it for the second scenario, which probably is better. Probably is better. Yeah, I went too hard on the quest, but that was me. That was me. All right. Okay. Yep, let's defend here with Bomber. Forest Gate, nothing happens. Bomber's gone. And then I guess, yeah, one shy. All right, so attack for 2, which is only 1. We'll just attack for 3, I guess, and add just 1 damage. That's annoying. Stupid spiders. All right, ready up. Yeah, that guy is tricky. I wasn't expecting that. He is a tricky, so he's going to eat through like 2 allies. How dare he? How dare he? All right, so we're up to 30 threat. All right, let's get some resources. We'll add this up. Draw 2. Yeah, see, if I had Durin's Song that round, that would have been a play, but I didn't have the money for it either. I wonder if there's a play where we... I still want to quest hard, though. It's just going to be at the cost of someone's life. Oh, no! All right, let's do our King Under the Mountain. Okay, we'll throw away Thor's map and take a Airborne Record Keeper. Ooh, we can just let one of those die to him. That seems like a value play. So we'll play Airborne Record Keeper for 1. We'll draw off of that card. I get this. I don't want this card back, so we got a way to get Cram back after we spend 1, which is great. And then I think we'll save for a Gandalf play. I think that's the play. All right, so questing, we only have 2 in there. We need to get 6 to progress this. So let's go 2, 3, 4 minimum. 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. 12-ish. Now we got to hit back. We have all these guys to hit back with, these guys to hit back with, plus defense. Okay, so let's see what that, we'll do trigger the Longbeard Elder. It is a location that's actually coming out for X threat. X is the number of locations of the staging area. To travel, each player must discard a random card from their hand to travel here. Okay, so we can add a progress. So we're questing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 2 here. So that leaves 11. We have to put 5 more here. That leaves 6 to go here. And when this gets completed, we put 6 more here. So that actually advances us. Okay. Because the Goblin Trail's gone. Yep, the stage cannot be defeated unless 1 copy of Goblin Trail is in the victory display. Whoops. Victory display. Okay. So we advance. On to the final stage. When revealed, the first player adds a set-aside Goblin troop to the staging area. Each other player... And there are no other players, we're playing solo. So we're good. So remember, Goblin Troop cannot have attachments, is a 3/5/3/6. While Goblin Troops engage with you, each other Goblin enemy engaged with you gets +1 attack, +1 defense. Okay. And this stage cannot be defeated while Goblin Troop is in play. When this stage is defeated, the heroes discover the trail to the Goblin's secret lair and the players win the game. Okay. Shuffle the encounter deck? No. Nope. If I didn't search it, I'm not shuffling it. I know you probably should, but it's a co-op LCG. We're playing in the confines of our home with no rules judge and no tournament disqualification, so I'm not doing that part of the card. If you force yourself to do that part of the card, The top card goes away? Where? Edward, what are you talking about? The first player adds a set-aside goblin troop to the staging area. I don't know what you're talking about, man. But yes, technically it's a separate sentence. So if you want to be like a rules lawyer, yeah, you shuffle the encounter deck at the end. But I don't know the top card of the encounter deck. I haven't shuffled it, searched it, nothing like that. So I'm okay with it. I'm just leaving it. If I did, I technically know this card, right? Oh, I didn't add this to the staging area. Whoops. I forgot. So I didn't advance. Oh, I forgot about this card. Was this what you were talking about, Edward? Edward, maybe you're talking about this, which I did miss. I was rushing. So technically we haven't advanced yet. We're too shy. But you know what I'll do to make up for it? Let's do this fix instead. Let's do this fix. We'll just pay to play this. We could just choose a dwarf hero. Oh, it's a dwarf hero. We can't fix it because dwarf heroes were not in the quest. Yeah, I'll fix it. We'll rewind. So that's easy to fix. So if I put that there, so we are too shy on this, right? So this should have 10. There we go. Yeah, because this is equal to the number of locations in the staging area. So this is worth 2. Now travel. Top card of the deck. I feel like to travel. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's just travel here and discard a random card from hand. I thought I already revealed it. I totally missed that. Thank you, Edward. I totally missed that. Yeah, I didn't know what you were saying. Shuffle the encounter deck. I was like, why? I already threw it off. I thought I already put it in play. I can't see there's glare on this, by the way. You can probably see there's light on it. But this is what the top of the deck looks like to me because of the light that's in front of me. It's like pure white. So I totally forgot it was sitting there. And it's even worse on the other side of the card where it's not like, it's not rigid. Like this is what it looks like to me. Like this. This is what the top of the deck looks like. I should have put that light lower, but it is what it is. It was raised up for Mel's painting and I forgot to lower it. So that's my bad. Definitely my bad. Okay, what are we doing here? Random card from our hand. The Eye of Sauron blinded me. Yes, it did. Okay. We can do this. Oh no, Durin Song. No, I like that card. Okay. So we're traveled. We got this jerk. Okay, who's gonna die? This guy's gonna die. Hiya. Shadow. Attack an enemy makes an additional attack. No. Deal a new shadow card. Oh no. This guy who's attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This guy's dead. Okay, who's defending the next attack? Who's gonna die? This guy's gonna die. Nothing. Bah! This spider is horrible. All right, he's eating our dwarves alive. Okay, so we're gonna attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's more than enough. Yeah, it's 1 extra. So boom, let's kill that guy. There's another one in there, I think. I don't want to see that guy again. That was crazy. That was crazy. I mean, the answer is this, like, just ready all your dwarf characters and that guy doesn't do anything to you, but I don't want to waste this card right now. I want to use that on the goblin troop and just shred him. We're good. Okay, ready up. Okay, raise threat 31. Tick up our campaign card. Draw 2 cards. Gandalf and an Airboar Hammersmith. Okay. Money. Boom. All right, 1 sec. Okay. We already have Dory in play. What's our top attachment right now? Thor's map. We don't care about that. I mean, we have all 3 Gandalfs, so we just start playing them for fun. Draw 3 cards. We could deal 4 damage, or we could reduce our threat by 5. I don't really care about reducing threat too much. Not yet. Let's just draw because we need more cards, you know, like because we're just having trouble getting cards. Yeah, it's not really the play I want to make, but since we know the goblin troop's coming, we should just save for the lure of Moria. Yeah, so let's not Gandalf. But we could just put this guy into play. It's not the best time, but it's fine. No, let's actually see more information. Let's do King Under the Mountain. Cram or Longbeard Elder. Cram. Okay, let's do Cram. Not unique, right? Nope. Okay. Double Cram. We crammed them all under Dane Ironfoots. Okay, now let's play Erebor Hammersmith for 2. And then we'll draw from Durin. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Questing. We have 2 here, 3 here, and we need 2 here. So 7-ish plus whatever comes off here. So let's say like 9-ish. But literally we could just go all in if we're just going to ready everybody. But I don't know if there's anything that punishes us for doing that. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. 10, 11. It's a location that is going to add, I'm going to put it like this. That's going to add 3 to the staging area, but it does add 1 progress to here. So now we need a little bit less. So he has extra 1. Okay. So let's reveal. So we have 5 here. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 gets gobbled here. 2 gets gobbled here. That leaves, what was that? Enough here that we only need 2. It added like 4, I think, goes here. I lost count, but either way, we're progressing. Yep. Okay, let's do all that over again. So we put the goblin troop. Shuffle the deck. We don't need to grab anything. Flip. So this stage cannot be defeated while the goblin troop is in play. And it's 6. We need 6 on here to get rid of this. Okay, 6 to get rid of this. And then we win. Okay. Do I even care about traveling? Not really. No. And you know why I don't care about traveling? Because this in the staging area only hurts us by 2 trying to quest, but in the active location it hurts us by 3. So it just makes it harder to quest next round, but I think we're still good. And this one is 6 when it's the active, which makes it harder to progress the quest, but it's only 3 sitting in the staging area. So right now, you know, there's a risk of locations filling up the staging area, but I think we're okay. I just rather try to kill this guy and then go all in questing next turn. And we just need to reduce the amount holding us back from completing the quest. So if that's the case, now we don't travel, we're going to engagement. Technically, we don't have to engage this guy yet because he's a 35. We're only at 31, but I don't need the the staging area building up with enemies or anything. That's another reason why I don't want to travel here. We could get another enemy in play, which we could deal with now and just leave this guy, but I'd rather just deal with him now. I think we're okay to deal with him now. Let's actually check. So we need somebody to defend because he hits for 5, but then we need to hit him for like a total of 9. Can we even do that right now? We can if we ready everybody, right? So let's just do it that way. So he'll engage us. An Arid Luid Miner is going to jump in front to take one for the team. Goblin Sniper doesn't have a shadow effect. This guy is dead. And then we play this card for 3 resources from leadership. Ready all dwarf characters. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And then we attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Cram so that we get his ability back. 22. He defends for 3. 19 gets through. That's enough to kill him. End of the round. 32. Ready up. Okay. Resources. Boom. Boom. Oh, I forgot this. Boom. Boom. And draw 2. Narvi's Belt. King Under the Mountain. Useless. Then we'll just play this guy. Why not? I don't know. We draw. Whoops. This is not needed. Draw. Okay, great. King Under the Mountain. Just to see more cards. Why not? Oh, there's Gloin. Finally, where you been? Okay. Yeah, if we had Gloin earlier in the game to play, he's another way to generate resources that could have made that second turn even more insane. But yeah, because he when he comes in, you have at least 5 dwarves, and he counts. So when he comes in play, you check your dwarf count. Him early in the game is like really powerful. But yeah, we'll just go with that. And then questing, we'll go all in. We'll check the top. It's not. Oh, it's a condition attachment, which we don't care about, but it doesn't add any more threat to the staging area. So we have the player with the highest threat level attaches this card to one of their heroes. Sure. Attached hero does not ready during their fresh phase unless you pay 2 resources. Well, Dane doesn't really exhaust too much, but we could put that there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. -5 is definitely, you know, we have the 6 to spare. So that's 17 we have, yeah. So we're over by 11, and we win. Boom. Stack rocks when it gets going. And that got going like so fast. So now we're going to play the second quest. We're going to check our campaign resolution. And we had only, I mean, we could have stalled for probably like 1 more turn and maybe drew out our deck. But yeah, like we only had 7 cards left. Maybe 2 more turns. No, 1 more turn, right? With King Under the Mountain, the Durin draw, and then the end of round. Yeah, it would take 2 rounds at least. Oh, but we had the discard guy in our hand, I think, too. So we would have got through our whole deck by next round. That's crazy. And we're only 5 rounds in the game. Yogi says 22 -5 greater than 6 confirmed. Oh yeah, Gandalf. Yeah, we could have drew with Gandalf, but I wouldn't in that case. With Gandalf, you don't draw with this deck. Gandalf just comes into play to lower your threat and or squish enemies that are being annoying. Or help you fight bosses. Or help you push through quests, which is good. All right, so our resolution, whoops, our resolution, if there are 6 or more resource tokens here, there is only 5. The thought of the captured villagers suffering weighs heavily on you. Add guilty conscience. So we do not add guilty conscience. I actually did yesterday in my play testing. I did not get this deck going as fast. It took a lot longer to build up, and I was losing dwarfs, so I wasn't able to like quest as hard to speed through it, and I didn't have the money, and I don't even think I drew into that ready all dwarfs card until late. So I didn't have the way to like speed the scenario at the end, so it took me a couple rounds of fighting back and forth with the I also had bad timing on my the Song of Durin, or whatever it's called, the one that gives the +2 attack, +2 willpower, +2 defense to a dwarf hero. That would have been key at taking out the goblin troop, but I didn't see it at that time. I need to play it earlier, and then I didn't draw into the other one. So I didn't have a way to like cut off a couple turns, so I had 7 tokens. So today I did it in 5. Like probably, I don't know if I could have done it in less if I just went a little more aggressive. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy how quick this deck got going. So that's that. Okay. Here's some Mirkwood. Goblin troop. We need the goblin troop for the next one. Okay, so let's separate our cards. So we know we get this card from the campaign. This one will go into our hand even after we mulligan. According to our campaign mode, each player adds 1 copy of this boon to their hand after drawing their starting hand. Add copy of No Time to Waste in a player's hand to the campaign pool. Shuffle Shiny Distraction Burden into the encounter deck and add it to the campaign pool. And Shiny Distraction, hold on. So we'll shuffle in this, which is Surge, Doomed 1, Treachery card. When revealed, each player add 1 resource to each of their heroes' pools. Each player that does raises their threat by 5. So it's like, do you need the money? Is it worth it? Is it going to lose you the game? You got to make that decision when it comes up. But cool card, I like it. I usually do it just for fun, depending on how the game's going. All right, so that's our campaign mode. We don't need to track round tokens. This will go here. I guess we could do the setup in a second. Okay, let's get our heroes all ready up. Okay, we'll do the same attachment. It goes here. Okay. And then let's do our mulligan. Paul Wilt. Oh, you're looking for this kind of holder? I don't know. I'm so sorry if they don't sell this anymore. Did you email them and ask them if they'll make them anymore? And if they don't, like, do they have an alternative? Or I don't know. There's got to be other retailers that sell similar card holders, because with games like Wingspan, Terraforming Mars, Arc Nova, all needing like giant decks. I mean, once you start sleeving, this isn't even good enough anymore. Unsleeved, this fits like big, like those big decks in those games, which is nice. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they don't make it if they don't. Maybe they don't have the machine, or maybe it fell apart. Maybe this, but this is like, I've been using this for years now, and this is still holding up. But it is just all glued together, so I could see this snapping apart, but I'm sure you could if you dropped it. But you could easily just crazy glue it back together, I'm sure. Like, you can see the glue. I don't know. This just works. I don't know. I guess I could take off this E-Raptor stuff here. It's not, so you don't have the bright orange. This obviously was made for Terraforming Mars. To like kind of look good on the table with that game with the giant deck. But Yeah, I just like it to keep things organized on camera so I don't knock over any decks or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I obviously I have one. I don't need another one, so I haven't gone shopping to see if anybody has any like it, but yeah. Oh yeah, they had black ones they came out with after this one. I would rather have the black ones. But what I like about this being see-through is when you're playing multiplayer and we have like 4 to 6 people around the table, everyone can quickly look over from any angle and see what's the top card on the discard, see how many cards are left in the deck and that kind of stuff. It's a very small thing, but I love it. I love, because the black one kind of hides it, right? Like, you can't see from every angle. Not that you need to. And if you only play solo or 2-player, it doesn't matter, but I do play games like multiplayer, and I have taken this in my bag to other people's houses to keep cards organized, especially when there are kids running around, pets running around, or we play on a smaller table where there's like everything's filled and jammed on the table, and easily you bump things or confuse, like you put your hand down for a sec and it's like, wait, is my hand the discard pile or was that the deck? Like when it's small, you know? It just keeps all the card piles kind of more cleanly organized on a small table. Yeah, I don't sleeve my heroes. I've never sleeved my heroes actually, I don't think, even when I played off camera, but on camera, just using less sleeves on cards that don't need sleeves is better for glare off of the studio lighting I use. I've tried to make it so it shouldn't make glare over there anyway. But it's just like one thing I don't need plastic on, like, you know what I mean? I'm not handling, I'm only like doing this, like that is okay. But like these cards I'm and it just helps with my lighting and on camera and stuff. So yeah, no, the heroes don't go in the deck, so I don't need to shuffle them. Yeah, I wish I had a black one of these because it does look nice. Like I think the black one looks nicer. But yeah, if you can't even get them anymore, that sucks. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop using it though, so I'm sorry. Sorry if I'm using it and you're like, damn it, I want it. It's like, oh well, I'm sorry. I'm still going to use mine because I love it. So I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I don't sleeve all the cards in any collection because I'd be broke. Keep in mind, I keep a lot of my collections of cards too. So even lifestyle games I stopped playing, I still have almost all the cards for most of them. So like I have giant white boxes full of like multiple sets of Game of Thrones 1st edition, 2nd edition, Lord of the Rings Living Card Game. I have like 5 years worth of content filling up boxes. I have like 2 5,000 size boxes full of Keyforge decks, like tons unopened. I had one sleeved in there, like lots of sleeve decks. I started unsleeving them because they're just sitting there doing nothing, so I could use those sleeves on other games. Yeah, wasting money on sleeves. I mean, some people might think it's a necessity, but I feel like it's like a waste of money. But on games where I sleeve constantly, it's a must. But on some board games, I started realizing when I first got in the hobby, I used to buy sleeves and start sleeving up every game I bought, and especially ones I backed on Kickstarter back in like 2012, 2013, 2014. You know, you drop a couple $100 on a board game, you know, that's nothing anymore. Or $150, $100. I felt like I needed to sleeve it. So I would like get the sleeves with the Kickstarter, or I'd go buy extra sleeves from my local retailer or whatever, and I would sleeve it up. Then I would realize, even with friends coming over and playing, and me playing the game would only get like 5 plays, 6 plays, maybe 10 plays on a good day. And that was when I had a small collection, like nothing. I didn't have many games to choose from. Now that I have so many games to choose from, games get way less play, obviously. And now that I'm playing more games on YouTube and I'm moving on to other games, or I just focus on certain games for a long time, other games just sit on the shelf for like years. Why do they need to be sleeved sitting on a shelf collecting dust when those sleeves could be used on a different game or not at all? So what I do is just buy sleeves, and when they start to wear out, I just replace them. And I basically sleeve stuff that I'm playing at the time, or if I'm bringing it to a family member's house or a friend's house, and they have kids, or we're going to be eating and then while we're playing and stuff, I'll sleeve up some of my board games just for that. And then I just get the sleeves and throw them away if they got all gross or whatever. But yeah, sleeves are like an extra cost, and they're pretty expensive if you want to buy good sleeves. So I just buy good sleeves that last a long time and only sleeve what I'm playing with. Because if I'm already building the deck anyway, sleeving it only adds a few extra minutes. But buying, what I found was when I used to sleeve full collections of like, let's say Netrunner, Warhammer Conquest, L5R, Game of Thrones 2nd Edition, I used to sleeve all of Marvel Champions LCG. I bought all these black, I bought a bulk black bunch when they're on sale of Dragon Shield mats. And I started sleeving, and what I learned was watching my friends sleeving Game of Thrones when they were sleeving the whole collection. What I learned that happened is all the core set cards, and the early cards in the card pool, you keep playing with those throughout the years of the cards. And what happens is the cards start to wear down, the sleeves start to wear down. So then when they're playing them, and you're going to pull a card out of their hand for an intrigue challenge, or you're playing Netrunner and you're running up on their hand and you're looking for their, what the hell is it called? Brain fart. What are you trying to pull out of their hand again? Oh, what's that called? And you're trying to find them in the server. Why can't I remember the name? But you know what I mean. When you're looking for specific cards and you're trying to like find out if people have them in their hand, if they're on their deck, if they're drawing them, you start, basically the sleeves start to get marked, and you can tell the difference between a sleeve that was put on a card 2 years ago and a sleeve that was put on a brand new card. So then you can start to tell in gameplay, and it gives you like an advantage. And it starts to look ugly and annoys me. So what happened was I was sleeving Marvel Champions, and after like the first year, all the early cards all started looking worn out because I shuffled them a lot, played with them a lot. They started to look gross, and I don't want to keep buying new sleeves and replacing them on the old cards. Like then I got to make sure all the cards in the collection all are look like a similar wear and tear. That's just psycho. I'm not going that route. That's like, if you do that, you got some problems in OCD, and I'm trying not to go down that road, but that obviously that bugs me. I probably have OCD. So yeah, I don't want to do that. So it's just a crazy, like I'd rather be spending my money and time playing other games rather than sitting there maintaining and caring for my games. Because in the long run, when you look back at your collection, like how many hours did you even put in some of those games? Why are you sleeving everything? You could have used that money for many other things. You could have taken a trip. You could have bought like 10 other Kickstarters, you know, you could have bought a car. I don't even know how much you spent on sleeves, but I do know players that I play with locally in at tournaments that sleeve every expansion pack they buy for every living card game they buy or every collectible card game. And sleeving a whole pool of cards is just insane. I'd rather just sleeve decks. It's way less time, way less sleeves. And once the sleeves started getting worn out because I played the deck at a tournament, I just throw away the sleeves and buy a new box of sleeves. And it's just simpler and easier. But yeah. So Yogi says, yeah, I started de-sleeving campaign of player cards for Arkham. As always, I always re-sleeve the player cards into Dragon Shields when playing them, and they're stored in binders. Oh my god. Daniel says, yeah, it doesn't make much sense to sleeve collections for deck builders. Oh yeah, that's true. I have seen somebody who had their whole Marvel Legendary of like 5-ish, 6-ish years of content all sleeved in cases and everything. But you could see the sleeves were like wearing out, and then the problem is if a sleeve manufacturer stops making the exact sleeves you've been buying, as we've seen with FFG, we've seen Dragon Shield switch up their sleeves. Sometimes the sleeve colors go off. So if you're sleeving it in like, let's say a blue, all of a sudden they start printing them out at the factory or a different factory, and they start coming off as a different shade of blue. Or you buy a box that's miscut a little bit. That just drives me nuts. And because I can't rely on the consistency of sleeves, that's another reason why I wouldn't do it. So, and when I'm storing my cards in boxes without sleeves on them, I can fit way more cards in my storage. So then I don't need to buy as many storage boxes, take up as many shelves in my house and stuff. So there's just way too many advantages to it. So anyone that looks at me and goes, why don't you sleeve all of your cards? That's why. There you go. But again, if you have the money, the time, and you enjoy sleeving, and you enjoy all your cards just ready to put into a deck right out of your box, and you don't mind buying extra boxes, maybe only play one living card game or one collectible card game, you know, and all you have to worry about is sleeving one game. But like I'm telling you, I have so many, I know there's more that are going to come out and other games that I buy. So it's like, I can't. At one point I was like, I had Game of Thrones 2nd Edition, Warhammer Conquest, that I was playing, L5R I was sleeving. What else was it? What else was it? There was a few at the same time that I was actually like trying to sleeve the whole collections, but it was just like too much. Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe it was Lord of the Rings at that time too. I don't remember. But yeah, there was like a whole bunch, and it was just getting out of control. So then I just said, no, I'm only going to sleeve up stuff when I'm having friends over to play the game, or I'm taking a game to a house that's a risk. I'll sleeve up a board game or a card game to keep it clean and not get, you know, wing sauce all over it or Cheeto dust. And also going to tournaments, I will sleeve up my stuff just that I'm bringing to the tournament, so it's ready. So I will be fast, but that's as far as I go. Yeah. I also hate sitting there sleeving, just sleeving with silence. Like I like building the deck and thinking while I'm going through the deck, nice quiet. But then once I know what the deck is and I need to sleeve it, I then go turn on the TV, put on a stream or something, and just watch while I sleeve. Because I feel like I'm going insane when I'm just sleeving and doing nothing. I hate sleeving, basically, is what I'm saying. It just feels like a waste of time. But it needs to be done sometimes. All right, there you go. I hope that information is helpful to understanding what goes on in my crazy mind, but that's where I'm at. I think, was that a Rob's rant? Probably, right? There you go. Another Rob's rant for you. All right. Okay, I think we shuffled enough. You think we shuffled enough? Good thing I sleeved these cards or they would have just worn right out with all that shuffling. All right, let's set our threat back to 26. Okay. Here we go. Let's do our starting hand. King under the mountain. We got cheap allies. Yeah. And we got a very good tail. Oh, man, look at this. Look at this little dirty setup. I don't know if we can afford all of these things, but we basically have this almost the same start as last time, missing the King of Durin. Or no, whatever it's called, Legacy of Durin. So we can put this out. We can draw and discard off our deck. Maybe get something else in play. We can play for this guy for 1. So default, we do the same kind of ish start and get these 2 in play. It might not get as gross because we might not have the economy to go crazy by the second round, but at least we get something going. This is a whole different scenario though. It's probably going to be more brutal and won't let us build up a board as quickly, but that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yep. All right. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. So this goes in our hand. So we get this quest action. We can draw a card. Okay, let's do some setup. Search the encounter deck for Goblin Chieftain. Boom. Cracked Pillar. Boom. Cave Torch. Boom. It's like I've done this before. And set Goblin Chieftain and Cracked Pillar aside out of play. Okay, they're over here. Now, the first player attaches Cave Torch to one of their heroes. Cave Torch, for those that don't know, attached to a hero is restricted. I don't think we have any restricted attachments in this deck that I know of. No, I don't think so. All right, action. You can exhaust Cave Torch to place up to 3 progress tokens on a dark location, or force. So that's an action. The forced effect, though, after it exhausts, which could be exhausted by you doing this ability, or it could be exhausted from effects from the encounter deck, or you traveling, you might need to exhaust it. But after it exhausts, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If it's an enemy, add it to the staging area. Womp womp. So we can do some trickery with Longbeard Elder or whatever he is, or whatever that guy is that gets to look at the top card. We can do some tricks where if he looks at it and we know it's not an enemy, we could use this to put some progress out there and then not have an enemy jump into play. But then we lose the known information of what is coming in the quest phase. But I mean, it might be nice to get rid of some 4 threat locations, you know. So this, I guess we'll just put on, I don't know, are there effects that exhaust the person with the Cave Torch? I don't know. Let's just throw it here. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So let's give this a good shuffle. So now let's put this deck through a challenge here, hopefully. not too challenging. But this is going to be, now we got Goblin Troop is like in there as a regular enemy. We got those big orc guys or whatever they are. Okay, so I'm shuffling counter deck. And when revealed, each player searches the encounter. Oh, I might as well just do this right now. Search the encounter deck for a different location. Adds to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So what I like to do is, oh man, yeah, just to be fast, I'm gonna pick the same one that I picked last time we won, because it seemed to work, and it's the same one I always pick when I'm testing, like when I'm playing this scenario off camera. I always just pick this one. It's a little risky because to travel here, and I usually like to travel to it right away. It also has three threat to the staging area, which is kind of bad because you can put one into play that does less. But I like the payoff on this one. So it's kind of annoying because it's risky because the threat could hurt you, raise your threat, and then because you fail, then to travel there, you reveal the top card of the encounter deck, which could be something that like totally gets you in trouble. Could be a big enemy, could be another big location, could be an encounter card, a treachery card that's going to just destroy you. But it's a risk. And then response, after it leaves play as an explored location, you get to search the top 5 of your cards of your deck for an ally, put it into play under your control, then shuffle the others back into your deck. So it takes a little bit because it's also 5 progress. So it's probably very bad to take this at the start because it could sit here forever. But if you can get through this fairly early and quickly, and the top card drawn isn't too bad, the payoff of getting an extra ally in play just to help you get going, you know, just for kind of going with the flow of the game, is like an ally worth whatever could be pulled off the top of the deck. I don't know, but this is the one I just pick. But the other one that I probably could go with is like this would be less harmful, but we're not trying to speed through the first one, I don't think. Or are we? I forget now. Should we be speeding through the first one? But the problem with this is it's got the risk. It's actually a 2 because it gives all dark locations a +1. So this could be really bad for getting locked out, location lock or whatever in the staging area. So I don't want to risk that. But at first glance, that one seems like it's the best one. There's also this one that we tried to pick before because it's only got 2 threat. And we can only place 4 progress on the active quest. So it's fine, but it's 6. So it's a little longer to get this out of play. And I'd rather this sit here longer, and then when we finally get it out of play, it helps us build towards the goal of winning. Helps stabilize our board, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I was asking last time, like, which one you guys set up when you play this scenario. If anyone's here who's like, has a recommendation or has it nearby, go look through and whichever one would you add, you know, which one would you add, sorry, if you were playing? Because there's like literally like 6 or 7 options. I just go with this one. It's like a risk, but every time I do it, I win. So I feel like it pays off. This, of course, I'm on stream now. So I'm going to draw like the worst possible enemy or whatever. And we need 8 to progress. But again, we also get to see like our hand by now. We've done our mulligan. So then we can kind of like plan and know how good we can set up our board at the beginning. So taking a 3 threat location is maybe not the end of the world. We just don't want to raise our threat too much at the beginning. But if we do, we're at a 26 starting threat. So we do have a buffer. Erut, I'm probably not saying that right. It says, I have the full, and I mean full Arkham Horror LCG, fully sleeved. I regret nothing. And that's fine. I'm just saying why I don't do it. And again, like, yeah, if you have it sleeved and you're just playing yourself, you take care of your sleeves, you don't shuffle like a madman. Maybe don't play that often either. But yeah. And also that's a cooperative LCG. That's the other thing. Cooperative LCGs having worn out cards, again, is not the worst thing. Because if you know, you kind of see your early cards and they always kind of stand out because they get more worn faster. You're just playing at home. You're playing yourself. Who cares? It's not a problem. But it's the competitive games, you know, the Netrunners, the Game of Thrones, the card games where the Warhammer Conquest, where if you can tell your opponent has like a more worn out card and you're playtesting with them or you see them at a tournament, you kind of know which ones to grab, which ones to go for. You know it's an older card. It's something they always include in the deck. Go grab that card out of their hand. If you have the chance to discard a card at random from a player's hand at a tournament or in testing, take the one that has the most worn out sleeve on it. It's their best card. It's the one they've played with the most. They love it. They keep putting it in decks. Take it. It'll be a good pull. Trust me. Which is why once I realized that when I used to play at tournaments, once that clicked and I learned that and started using that, I always would buy like fresh dragon shields before going to a tournament, like a serious tournament, and re-sleeve my whole deck no matter what. Even if it was the same color. Yeah. Patrick says, most of my Arkham Horror LCG is sleeved in the original clamshell cases. It's embarrassing. How do you fit it in there? How do you sleeve it and then put it back in those clamshells? How does it fit? I thought there wouldn't be room in there for sleeved cards. Even like, oh, I get it. You haven't opened them yet. I get it. So they're all in one sleeve. You have the whole decks in one sleeve. I get it. I get it. I pictured that you open them, sleeve them up with like penny sleeves, and then jam them back in the clamshells. And you're embarrassed because you haven't really played with them. You just sleeve them up. I'm out of content. Give me Scarlet Keys. Is that the name of the next campaign, Yogi, for Arkham? I saw they were like talking about it. I haven't looked into it yet, though. I'm hoping maybe a convention season that shows up a little early at conventions. That would be a nice grab. Assuming that comes out in the fall. Okay, we're ready to go. Resource phase. Draw a card. Longbeard Elder. We were just talking about you, buddy. After Longbeard Elder commits to a quest, look at the top card of the encounter deck. Yeah. Okay. We got our money. Planning. All right, so let's do the same start. Worked last time. I don't know if it'll work this time. We're gonna spend 2 leadership resources. We're gonna look at the top 2 cards. Hidden Cash. So we'll take Healing Herbs. We'll discard Hidden Cash, which will give us 2 resources on a hero. Okay. Oh man, this is awesome. All right. Let's do this guy first then, since we're rolling in the dough. We're going to play the guy that discards 3 cards. And we get to shuffle a card from our discard pile back into our deck. So he costs 2 lore. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that didn't really work out. Let's shuffle back in. I feel like either Cram or Durin Song in this case. No, let's leave Cram in here in case we draw the guy that gives us the top attachment. And we'll take Durin Song and shuffle it back in, I think. Yeah. Or no, let's shuffle back in Hidden Cash maybe. No, I'll be sad if I just draw them because I put too many back in. But we could get Hidden Cash hits again. What do we do? I love Durin Song though. This could help us in this scenario, just taking down the bigger guys. Also help us quest when we need to, like really push. Oh, such a good card. And there's only 2 of them in the deck. But Hidden Cash could come off and give us resources to help us play other stuff. Man, oh man, what do we do? What do we do? Hey Orbit, what are you saying, buddy? Orbit says I usually pick Goblin Dungeons as well, or Crumbling Stairs. Oh, okay, okay. Crumbling Stairs, that, I'm gonna peek. That one I find so annoying when it comes out. That's the one that like replaces itself, right? I wanna look. I'm curious. Is that the one that like after it becomes an active location, you like discard or draw one and replace it? Well, Crumbling Stairs is in the staging area. Progress cannot be placed on it. Okay, that's fine. When Crumbling Stairs leaves play as an explored location, discard the top card of the encounter deck. If the discarded card's location, put it into play as the active location. The reason why I don't like this one, I mean, it's good to get it out of the way early, so that would be smart. And it's only 3 to get rid of it. The only problem is it's not really like a 3 because I have hit this and the location comes into play and goes as the active when I'm trying to get through Cracked Pillar. And then it makes it harder to get Cracked Pillar up as the active location and try to get through that one fast while I'm revealing 2 cards from the quest. So getting this out of the way now, that would be super smart. So it's less chance of seeing it later. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. But it's not, yeah. Oh man, that's a good one actually. I like it. I like it. Bryce says, I've been starving for some new LOTR cards. There's no such thing. There have been no new LOTR cards since like 2020. But I know what you mean. He says, but I'm trying to show patience for new releases. So Bryce, did you just get into the game with the revised core set? Like the new printing of everything, the new re-releases? I assume so. All right. What am I putting back in the deck here? Cram, Durin Song, Hidden Cache. Ugh. I think I'm going Hidden Cache. Let's gamble. I don't want to put Cram because we need an attachment to this card. Oh, you did start with the revised score? Cool, cool, cool. All right, we're going to shuffle back in Hidden Cache. Let's go all in on the discarding from the deck shenanigans. Let's do it. Yeah, it does depend on your opening hand. I agree, I agree. But yeah, that is a good call, Orbit. Those are both good options. I like them. Yeah, I mean, okay. Now I said all that, that card is going to show up, the Crumbling Stairs is going to show up when I don't want it to. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, these are all discarded. Great. So that didn't help me get anything extra going. I'm going to play this guy for 1. Now, I think I'll wait. I could do a very good tail right now. Exhaust these 2, but at only 3. And then what do I do? I discard. Oh, it would discard. So I could get other allies by this effect. Should I gamble? I'm gambling. It worked last time. It's going to always work every time. So let's do it. Oh yeah, I'm going to put healing herbs out here. Let's put it here. Just in case we need it. And so I have an attachment to discard if I don't want to discard something else. Okay. So if I do very good tail, I only have 3 cost. I do have a bunch of 3 cost allies. I'm actually holding 2 of them. And there are more. It's really for the discard, right? I could discard off those other guys that could come into play. But I might not even hit any, and then I've exhausted 2 allies. So it's a gamble, but it's fun. Bryce says, I also now own Arkham's new core set and all of the Marvel Champions cards. It's a real problem. You tell me about it. I know it's a problem. That's why I try to warn everybody. But I can't help it. I love all the games. I love playing them all, so I don't choose. But yeah, it's tough to just stick with one. They're all fun. All right, let's do it. Let's risk. There's the 3 cost. So at least we're getting 1 ally into play. A Hidden Cache. Oh man, I think all 3 of these are gone now. Yep. we lost all 3 of our what is it? We Are Not Idle. So they're all gone. Hidden Cache gets us 2 more money. And we'll put this guy into play. Okay. Gwen Stacy is totally broken. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Questing. I'm only going to put in this guy. I'm okay if our threat goes up a little bit. Let's look at the top one. So that's 3. I'm questing for 3. It is the location. So I get to put 1 progress on the quest. It's going to add 2 more. It's a collapsed mine. Okay. So I guess we can just reveal it. Oh, no. We could do a quest action. Let's do a quest action. Just draw a card and replace this one. Narvi's belt. Okay, whatever. All right. So reveal. So we're down by 2. So our threat goes up. Okay, let's travel to here. We reveal the top card of the encounter deck. It is Eyes in the Dark, Doomed 1, goes to 29. When revealed, each player must choose either raise your threat by 1 for each questing. Nobody's questing anymore because this is happening in the travel phase. So this when revealed just does nothing. Well, that's actually a great pull. Just 1 threat bump. No enemy. I expected an enemy. I should have went a little more aggressive here. But I was being careful because I know there's some bad enemies. And I would defend with this guy, but there's a chance he could die. So this is like very risky what I did here. But I think we're okay. I should have just quested with them. But I didn't want to leave myself open. I mean, Dane could have defended worst case. I probably should have done that. Yeah, looking back, I should have quested with these 2 guys also and just used Dane for defense. But you never know. With a surging enemy, you could be like really in trouble. And I knew we were going to reveal from this too, so... The likelihood of getting an enemy was high, but we didn't, so... Alright, end of the round, we're going up to 30 threats. We are drawing extra cards because we do have at least 5 dwarfs in play. Narvi's Belt, another prospector. Okay. We have 5 resources. Ooh. We don't have an enemy to drop damage on. That's pretty much what I want to do. I could lower my threat right now. That would not be a bad play with some of the big beast enemies in this deck. That could buy us time to kind of take enemies on one at a time. But what I think we'll do is play Gloin, who can give us 2 extra resources. So I'll just spend 3 and then get 2 back. Okay. And then let's try to build our board with this guy. Again. So discard the top 3. Hidden cash, woo! Okay, so hidden cash, and then we can shuffle 1 back in. So we got 2 resources. Now, which card do we shuffle back in? A hidden cash again? I think maybe this guy, just so we can get some allies. Go in. I could do a very good tail. That would be a nice one too, but that's okay. I mean, we got allies in the deck. Like, we've drawn into a lot of our non-ally cards. So actually, a very good tail might be a nice one. But this does get me an attachment back, which we do have Legacy of Durin here. Yeah, I'm going to throw this Airborne Hammersmith in just to increase our odds of maybe getting an attachment back from our discard pile. Canadian Mustache says, I like Marvel Champions for its pick up and play. Agreed. I love it for solo too. It's very good for solo. Just easier to get stuff to the table quick, play a nice quick game. But really wanted Lord of the Rings for the theme. I'm not even going to play Arkham because I know I'll like it. Yeah, I said that for 5 years. And now I own pretty much every Arkham card. Except for like a couple of the ones that came in the books. Damn you guys. Yogi says, think I can stop now. No one needs X-Men. Yeah, definitely. I saw the Cyclops for Marvel Champions. I can't wait for the X-Men cycle. I'm finally going to be like very happy with the characters they're releasing. I can't wait to have X-Men allies in a deck. Oh, it's going to be so good. So good. I'm just going to have the 90s cartoon theme song playing in my head the whole time while I play. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be so good. Champions is great to play quickly. LOTR is awesome because of theme, and Arkham has a good story. Yogi says, I mean, you don't have 12 dwarfs yet, so it's worth playing a little defensive. Yeah, for 5 years, I held off. Everyone was saying, Rob, play Arkham. You love Lord of the Rings. You love campaign games. Play Arkham. Then when I started playing Mansion of Madness, then people were like, Rob, play Arkham. Play Arkham LCG. You love it. You love LCGs. Play Arkham LCG. No. I started buying other Arkham games. Then finally, the pressure from our audience was like, get it, do it. And then what happened was the original core sets went on sale. And it was 20 bucks on a Black Friday deal in Canada from a store. I threw it on my order. I just thought, you know what? I'll buy one core set for 20 bucks. Throw it on my order, get the free shipping, and try the game out. I'll just try. Let's see what this fuss is all about. And then like 10 minutes after opening it, I own the whole collection. Maybe it was 15 minutes. I don't remember, but it was very fast. Now, you guys can see the progression of that on stream. Go in the playlist section. You'll see the Arkham Horror. We like started with the core set, just built basic decks, single core set, played. Then all of a sudden we buy a second core set and then revised core set and like started playing through the campaigns. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. I thought I could resist. Took 5 years to wear us down. Finally gave in. So yeah, don't feel pressured. Like, if a game is great, you should be able to get it later. Look at Lord of the Rings being re-released. I thought I would never play the game again. I had so many cards collecting dust. And once they announced a revised core set, I was like, oh my God, people are going to be playing and talking about this game again. It'll be relevant. I want to play it. I want to get into it. Oh, Amazon's doing a Lord of the Rings show. People are going to get more into Lord of the Rings again. Oh my God, this is great. This game that I like loved from back in the day now has a reason to get back to my table. And I could never be so happy. It's so good. So yeah, don't worry. Like Arkham just got re-released. That'll be around for a while. You'll be able to find stuff later, maybe. If it's that good, they'll keep printing it. So yeah, if people keep wanting it. Don't spoil anything, Orbit. Yeah, I can't believe that happened. That's crazy. Including Barkham Horror had to troll that, you know. Yeah. I was told don't buy the Barkham thing, and then Doc reached out to us, one of our producers, and was like, Rob, what standalones don't you own? And I think he had extras. So I was like, I think at the time I didn't own Barkham and one other one. And he's like, okay, thank you. And then he like sent me the Barkham one. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun one. Oh my God. Yeah, we'll be playing more Arkham Horror later this year for sure. We'll definitely play the new campaign when it comes out. I do want to play some stuff around Halloween for sure. So we'll get Arkham LCG back on the channel probably around the October time. So if you're looking for that. Lord of the Rings, we're definitely going to play campaign stuff around August/September with the Rings of Power kind of thing there. Getting everyone into the Lord of the Rings mood. It'll be fun. And Marvel Champions, I still have my Nova and Ironheart that I paid for on a order with a pre-order of some other game. I have 2 orders that are hanging because of pre-orders. One of them is because of Outer Rim expansion. We still haven't seen it in Canada, so I think it's on that order actually. The Outer Rim expansion screwed us over. It's delayed till like July 1st in Canada. So until then, I won't even have Iron Heart and Nova, which sucks. So it totally bummed me out. So that's why I'm playing this now. So get my LCG fix. But again, I don't usually care about playing Marvel packs as soon as they come out or anything. So I still have fun with them playing them months later. They're still just as fun. And sometimes even better because you'll have more cards in your pool to even make better decks as full cycles release and stuff. All right. Do we want to play anything else? I think so. Let's play another Longbeard Elder guy, right? Right. Okay, questing. We would love to hit the 5 on this, but we gotta get through the 2 on this. Let's go. How hard do we go? ME says, judging by how long it took you to get these starter decks, the Agmar campaign will be on the channel sometime next year. Not true. I actually own the whole Agmar cycle. I have all the packs, all the deluxe box, all the player cards. I already own it all. So I just don't have the campaign cards. So I debated when they announced that it was the next thing coming. I was going to just play it for fun, but then I was like, wait, there's a lot of players that don't even own it yet. They're not going to own it for months. Why would I play it? And then it's spoiling everything for people. And it doesn't have the campaign mode. I want to try it with the campaign mode. So I have to wait till they post the cards on the website. The cool part is they usually post the print and play cards on the website when it comes out in the US. So if it comes out in the US fairly early or on the date it's supposed to, July 22nd or something like that, I should be able to minimum just print off those cards. I'll just run over to like Print Shop or Staples or something, and have them print them off in color, and then I'll cut them out and slide them into some sleeves with some proxies. And yeah, we'll just play with the cards that way, worst case. Because that'll also save me like 75 bucks plus tax Canadian from buying the entire box over again of cards that I already own, except for those campaign cards. And I'm assuming the campaign cards are going to be like 20 cards or less, 15 cards, maybe 12 cards. Like, but then again, it might be a whole bunch of like items and attachments and cool things that they're going to add from different quests that you can earn, and a whole bunch of encounter cards that get slid in and stuff like that. And plus all these kind of cards, right? I'm assuming they're adding in like one of these for every single scenario. So it might be like 30 or 40 cards. So I don't know. Is it worth just having them all in a package instead of me printing and cutting and all that extra work and paying for printing and color? Because I don't own a color printer anymore. I got rid of it. I just didn't like buying ink. So I just have like a black and white toner printer. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. We will see. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I'd be pissed if I pre-order it and then it doesn't come out for like an extra month or two. And then I will just cancel it because, and I'll just do the print and play stuff. Like, it's dumb. Janet says latest date for Agmar campaign is US August 19th. Oh, really? They moved it back? Oh, then it's delayed. Hold on. Hold on. Let's look into this. I want to see. Hold on. Lion Rampant. So I know the Canadian distributor for Canadian stuff that exclusively let's see. What's the easiest way to search this horrible website? Let's just do this. Agmar. Is that right, or is it spelled different? How do you spell it? Angmar? There it is. It still says July 22nd, and this is like the official distribution in Canada exclusively for Fantasy Flight products. So I don't know if these are the jerk faces that are the reason why we see stuff so late. But that's the date. This date doesn't mean anything though, because it could still come out way later than this. This is just the current date they have from Asmodee. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, I know the Hero Box. Oh yeah, did the Hero Box come out in Canada? That I'm not buying. Board. Because that might help me know how delayed the other one is. Nope. So the Hero Box hasn't shown up in Canada yet either. So that's probably delayed also. Yep. No stores have it. That sucks. Yep. Good thing I'm not waiting on those player cards. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure, but it's annoying. Very annoying. Okay. Questing. All right. I'm definitely putting in these two. Let's throw this guy in. Let's throw this guy in. And this guy in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But it might change because of, we're going to do the reveal off this. Nope. So I'm going to do it off this one. He gets -1, but I'm not going to trigger this one. So we know we're going to surge with this jerk. So we definitely don't want to do the cave torch, because we'll get that guy into play. He'll surge, and then we still have to reveal cards. Okay. So we're actually at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This guy comes in, adds 1, and surges. Oh no! It's the stinking goblin. I mean, the stalking goblin. So after he engages us, we'll have to go get a goblin sniper. Oh, man. All right, so we have 5 in here. What do we say? We're at 11? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. 11 minus 5 puts 6 here, which is enough to complete this, and add 1 here. Beautiful. So after this leaves play as an exploded location, I search the top 5 cards in my deck for an ally and puts into play under their control. Shuffle the others back into the deck. Come on, give us something good. Oh, give me Gandalf. I could kill this guy, and then I don't have to worry about Goblin Sniper, right? Here we go. Nope. We have Gloin. We can't put in Gloin into play. We already have him into play. He's unique. We have this guy, which we could get the top attachment from our deck back, which is Legacy of Durin, which could give us more draw. Not that we really need it, but we could use it. We're definitely not going to do a Record Keeper. I don't have a lore resource to even play to ready up a dwarf character. We could do another Longbeard Elder. He's the most expensive one. Kind of makes sense. Yeah. Let's just throw him into play. Sure. Yeah, he has better stats too. Maybe he'll help us in fighting or defending too. Oh, but this guy has more health. He might be able to survive defensively for us. Yeah, I'm going to do this guy actually. Yep. No, he's easier to put into play later. Because I have... no, it's the same. It's the same. Okay. So we'll shuffle these back in. And we get to take Legacy of Durin back to hand. Oh, never mind. He's not played, is he? Yeah, we didn't play him, so I don't think that works. Nope, nope. Let's just get the other guy. Let's get the other guy. Yeah, I don't think that works. It says when you after you play him, but we didn't play him, we just put him into play. So I'd rather keep him in the deck, and hopefully we draw into him, we play him later, and then we get something good back. Okay. All right. Now what? Travel. While collapsed mines in the staging area, no more than 4 progress can be placed on the quest each round. Yeah, I guess we'll travel. We'll travel. I don't know if we should yet, but we will. Okay. Now, we have to engage both these guys. This guy hits for 3. This guy, after he engages, will grab our goblin sniper. Yeah, I don't know, Orbit, what's going on with Asmodee in Canada, but like, yeah, there was a time there during the COVID shipping crisis stuff where we were getting stuff earlier than the US. I think because they were just trying to get stuff off of boats and they would just get it to the stores as quick as possible. Who cares about street dates? But now it's to the point where we're just like getting delayed by months. I don't know why. Is it custom stuff? Is it, you know, do they route stuff through the US first and then it gets like held up at the border? I don't know. I think it's not coming directly to Canada, and that's the problem. And it's just getting held up at the borders, and, you know, I don't know. Maybe their customs person that works at Asmodee US is an intern that doesn't know how to fill out customs paperwork. I've had that problem before. I had to, like, travel down to Columbus, Ohio to, like, bring back a bunch of tech, server equipment and stuff from an office we closed, and the girl who was hired at our company in Canada didn't fill out the paperwork properly. So I literally got pulled over at the border, a car full of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and had to sit there and wait for hours, then be escorted by the police to a, like a, oh, I forget what it was called, like a customs broker place, and had to wait hours there just sitting in this crappy building, waiting for them to submit the proper stuff so that I could actually leave and go about my day. So I spent like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 hours sitting at the border that day, at this like crappy warehouse, just because this girl put like one wrong field on a form. And you bet I let her have it when I got back to the office. Oh, you bet I let her have it. But yeah, so maybe that's what's happening. Maybe Asmodee just has a crappy person filling out the paperwork and things are getting stuck. Could be that simple. Yeah. Okay, let's do some defending. We'll defend against this guy, hitting for 3, nothing else. So he takes 2. Let's defend. I'm trying to think here. I could fight. So 3 will get rid of this guy. That has to happen. And that could be these 2 guys kill him. And this guy needs 4 to go away. So he might stick around for a little bit. Yep. All right. So let's defend with Biffer. Nothing. 2 gets blocked. Then we are going to... Yep. We'll attack for 3, wipe this guy out. And we could attack... Oh, I forgot to use King Under the Mountain, didn't I? I guess I might as well use it now. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Oh, I could have used it to put this guy into play, which happens right now, is fine. Oh, hello. So we could only attack for 3. I don't have a cram play here, but yeah, let's just attack for 3 and put 1 damage on this guy. Yeah, that was my bad. I don't think it would have changed much, but... Alright, threat goes up by 1. Let's do resource, draw 2. Oh, okay, Durin Song. Okay, hidden cache. Resources. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, this guy's damage. Let's put it on a Longbeard guy. Discard. 2, 3. Nope, no hits. Let's shuffle back in. Let's shuffle back in. A hidden cache, I guess. That's more funny. Yep. Let's do a hidden cache. Shuffle it back in. I really need to do this first. I don't know why I keep forgetting it, but I should be doing the King Under the Mountain to get more info before I start playing cards. Like, I don't know why I keep just doing that. Because I could draw the Legacy of Durin, play that, maybe drop in an elf. I don't know. Or a dwarf, sorry, dwarf, and then draw. I don't know. But I don't know if I have enough money for all that, but who knows. Okay, let's do a little cut. Let's do King Under the Mountain. I like this one better. Okay. Yeah, see, because I could play this guy instead, but I probably would play this guy first because I don't have a condition attachment to get rid of. And we'll just stop there. All right. Co-Westing. We have 6 in here to break through. We have 6 here we need to break through. We have 2 here. So let's just go to town. Let's do... do a little shuffle of our guys here. Yeah, let's do it like this. All right, we're gonna quest with these guys for sure. That'll minimum add 6, could be 9 if we hit a location, plus adding 3 progress. Could be a payday, but might not. We'll throw this guy in for another 2. Another 2. Another 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what happens. So let's reveal a location. No, it's not. Okay, so we'll just trigger it once. I think I might have accidentally taken away too much on the last one too, but okay, so it's this little orc guy that could discard the top card of our deck, and he gets plus threat equal to the total printed cost of all cards discarded. We have pretty expensive cards too, so it might buff him up a little bit. But as it stands, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. We drop him into play, discard. Oh, it's Cram. That's actually good, but not good. Can't get one. I feel like this quest would be beneficial with that Cram. At least we haven't got rid of our Ready All Dwarfs cards the way we've been discarding. We need to draw one of those. I don't think we have one yet. Yeah, we need to see those at least by, mid-game. Hopefully we find one and not just discard them. Okay. So there's only 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Minus 3 is 11. 6 on here. 5 on here. But, oh yeah, we're not restricted. Okay, so we have 7 out of 8. Is this a play where we push? I don't think so. I think we're okay. We don't need to rush that bad. Let's take care of some of these enemies. Okay, so this travel, nothing. This guy engages. All right, so this guy's attacking for 2. Let's just defend here again. Oh, nice card to get as a shadow card with no effect on him. We don't have to deal with this guy. That's a beautiful pull. Okay, blocks 2 for 2. Good. This guy only attacks for 1. So let's just defend here. This guy doesn't have any offense really. No crumbling stairs. Beautiful pull also. Okay, 1 and 1 blocked. The Minecraft. I used to watch my daughter play that game, and every time those guys would make that noise, I would chuckle. I love that sound. I think it's like that, right? Okay. What was I doing? Okay, attack time. We need 3 damage here. We could just do that with this guy. Gets +1 from Dane. Boom. This guy's out. See ya, buddy. This guy we need 3, so let's just hit him here and here. That's 4. Boom. He's out. End of the combat phase. This guy's gonna shoot somebody. Let's put 1 there. All right, ready up. It reminds me of Mr. Bean. That's what those villagers reminded me of Mr. Bean.
Hello. Hello. Righto. Hello, Teddy. Hello, Teddy.
Okay. End of the round. Threat goes up to 32. Draw 2. Gandalf, Erebor Hammersmith. Hello. All right, money time. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We have the magical 5. Take out the Goblin Sniper. Feels like the play. Yeah, we have a couple Gandalfs. I say we just do it. It's a little overkill. I like saving my Gandalfs a little later in the scenario. But when we see an early Goblin Sniper, killing him with this Gandalf's like, it's basically like healing guys in the future, preventing some damage. We could see another one come right out, but when getting you 2, then I definitely play him. Let's just do it. So we'll have Gandalf come in. He will just deal. Oh no, but it's overkill right now. We only need to quest for 1. I don't want to do that really. I don't want to do that. Yeah. I want to save Gandalf for when we can use him for questing or fighting or something. I should probably save him. Even though I have 2, I'm going to save him. Let's just play this guy for 2. We get a cram back to hand. And let's put a cram out here to help us out. Okay. And we have 1 for a Durin song if we need such things. Yeah, okay. Questing. Let's just do all the long beard guys, and that's it. It's not a location. Crumbling Ruin. When revealed, each player must exhaust a character and discard the top card of their deck if able. If the printed cost of the discarded card is equal to or higher than the remaining hit points of the exhausted character, discard the exhausted character. Okay, we can deal with that. So we know we're not adding any more threat, so we're good. So these guys are all adding 2, that's 6. So we play this. Let's exhaust. I'll just exhaust one of these guys. We have 2 remaining. So we're going to discard the top card of our deck. Thrower's Map costs 1. He has 2 remaining hit points. We are good. Okay. We had 6, 2 here, 4 goes here. That is enough to progress. We made it through quest 1. Now, when revealed, add Goblin Chieftain to the staging area. Then each player searches the counter deck and discard pile for a different enemy of their choice, adds to the staging area, then shuffles their deck. Goblin Chieftain has that awesome text. So all of his X's are equal to the quest. We're in quest level 2. So he's a 2 threat, 2 attack, 2 defense. Cannot take damage, cannot have attachments, forced after he attacks, either remove X progress from the quest or return him to the staging area. So he's going to be basically in the staging area. But that'll make him harder to kill later when we can in quest 4. So we add him to the staging area. We're going to search the deck. Let's just add one of these little guys who we're just adding to the staging area. So we don't have to worry about this whole adding threat stuff. Or we could do the surging guy who won't surge right now. But he hits for 3. Oh, but he's the one that makes the additional attack off a shadow card. Yeah. Let's do that, I think. We're okay for defense, I think. Yeah, let's do that, actually. I'd rather have this guy's shadow card. We don't have to worry about his surge. Yeah, let's do that. Because we're not revealing him, we're just adding him to the staging area. So I feel like that's a smart time to do that. Because I hate his shadow effect where the enemy gets another attack right away. It's like... So 0 progress, but it says during the encounter phase, treat each enemy's engagement cost as if it were 0. And it gets +4 quest points for each enemy in play. So right now this is a 12 quest points or whatever to progress it. Okay. Okay. All right. So they're all engaging us. Yep. I forgot about that part because that's how we get this guy. Whoops. Okay. All right, we'll defend against the 3 with this guy. Oh, that's a nice shiny distraction coming off as a shadow card is good. Okay, so he takes 2 damage. Still alive, still alive. Oh, this guy hitting for 2? I say we just block here. It's risky. Nothing? Okay. Defense. And this guy's hitting for 2. Yeah, we'll just block with this guy. Nothing. Okay, 1 damage. All right, let's kill him, boys. Let's kill him. All right. So this one we need 3 to get rid of. Hiya. This one we need only 2 to get rid of. Hiya. This one can't be damaged, so who cares? And after he attacks, he goes back anyway. So we have more than enough ready. Like, holy crap. All right, ready up, ready up, ready up, ready up. Okay. 33 on the threat. Draw 2 cards. No Goblin Sniper to worry about. Ready up. Money. Okay. So quest time, eh? Quest time. Legacy of Durin. Okay. We'll just play a record keeper. Draw. Oh, I'm supposed to do this first. Hold on. Okay, discard. Okay. Record keeper, draw off Durin. There's the Lure of Moria. Okay, we got one in the back pocket. We're golden. We are golden. We are golden. Okay. Yep. All right. Questing. Okay. Questing a little hard, but let's reveal off. I'll do one of their effects. It's a Goblin Sniper, okay? So I'm not going to do the other ones. Okay, we reveal that. We have 4 in there. So this is now 8 we need on here. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Definitely enough to advance this. Okay, that's advanced. When revealed, set Goblin Chieftain aside, out of play, done. Add Cracked Pillar to the staging area. And Cracked Pillar, again, is the one while it's in the staging area, it gains. The first player may declare an attack against Cracked Pillar during the combat phase as if it were an enemy engaged with him. Use Cracked Pillar's threat as its defense power. Travel, remove 4 damage from Cracked Pillar to travel here. Okay, so we get to attack it. And then on the other side, there's no quest. It says Forest. Reveal an additional encounter card during the quest phase. So we need to get through this questing as quick as possible. Otherwise, the staging area is going to fill up nice and fast. Progress cannot be placed on Cracked Pillar while it's in the staging area. After Cracked Pillar leaves play as an explored location, advance to stage 4A. All right. Travel. Nope, we can't travel because we haven't damaged the Cracked Pillar yet. On to combat. I will optionally engage this jerk. Okay. And let's defend against this guy with... let's do Biffer. Oh no! We revealed the Goblin Troop. So the attacking enemy gets +2 attack. My gamble has worn off. So this guy's attacking for 4. Biffer is defending for 2. 2 gets through. He is 1 away from death. That's a gamble I should not have done. But I can heal with the healing herbs too. But it's him who I have to exhaust to do it. So can't do that right now. That was the gamble. I could do my ready a hero though right now to do that, but I think we're okay. All right. So we've done our defense. We have to hit this thing for a total of 6 because it blocks for 2. We need to get 4 on it so we can travel to it. So for 6, that's our priority. This guy is not our priority. This is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. So we put 4 damage on the Cracked Pillar. Do we have another 2 to kill this guy? Yes, we do. We have this guy right here. Boom. Killed. See ya, buddy. End of the round. Ready up. Yeah, we also have a cram we could pull out if we need to get lots of damage through. To help us out. All right, threat going up 34. Draw 2. There's Bomber. Now that we have an underground location, but oh, this is neat actually. I wonder how that would work with the defense. If you're like attacking the Cracked Pillar, it's an underground, so I'm assuming I reduce its threat. It has less defense, so we could make it easier to attack it. That's kind of neat actually. I think that works. All right, we got a very good tail, and we're gonna definitely use that for fun. I definitely want to draw through our deck. I think it's hilarious. Now that we got Lure of Moria, I think we're okay. All right, because we need more allies. That's definitely what we need. Like, we're very short on allies, so we definitely need to get more. Just like the elf deck. Okay, so money. Cha. Yeah, I'm gonna do the healing herbs. I'm gonna exhaust this guy and just heal all from him. Okay, I feel safer with that. I don't need to lose a hero. Very good tail. Oh no, let's do this first. Exhaust this. Peek. Okay. Oh, we could have got a Gandalf going there. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's exhaust 2 allies. 4 cost? No, let's go big. Let's do 5. Let's exhaust this guy and this guy. Okay, we're no, sorry. This guy and do we have another glowing? If I don't have my other glowing yet, I kind of want to save him so he dies so I can play him again. No, we haven't seen him yet, so he's still in the deck. Let's just exhaust one of these. The Longbeard Elder. Okay, so we total of 5. Wise guys, Rob, we got to stop timing this perfectly. Just picked up the dwarf deck today. Awesome. So we're discarding 5 cards. Yeah, see, this is a problem. So I can choose this guy to put into play. I discard the rest, but this guy comes into play because he's discarded. And glowing is gone, so that's fine. There's a Lure of Moria gone too. Uh-oh. So we have only 2 cards left in our deck. After you play a dwarf from our hand, did we do that yet? No, we didn't yet, right? I don't think we want to, actually. I think I'm going to hold. So what's left? How many Lure of Morias do we have? I don't think we need another one, but... Oh, that's it. Only 2 we have. I don't know what the other 2 cards are, but... Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. All right, we're rolling. Let's crush this. Let's put the scenario out of its misery. Questing. Let's do these 2 guys. We only have 2 in the staging area. It doesn't matter how much goes here. But we're going to reveal 2 cards. So let's do these 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's reveal. It's not a location. It's going to be this Cavern Warg. Adding 2 to the staging. That's the first thing. Okay. So let's reveal it. And we got to do a second one thanks to the... Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a Great Cave Troll. For each point of excess combat damage dealt by Great Cave Troll, damage that is dealt beyond the remaining points of the character damaged by this attack, remove 1 progress from the current quest. Well, that's kind of okay right now because we don't put progress on this quest. We just have to complete this and we advance. So we hopefully get rid of him before the next one. But we're going to need to hit him for like 10. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Okay, so... We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 minus 7. 8. I'm losing it. Just read your comment, Janet, about the sound effects on this stream is awesome. Pew pew. We're gonna need a bigger table. It's 6. What did I say? Minus 7 off 13? Oh my God, I'm losing it. Oh, I'm losing it. That's why I'm asking. Oh, my brain is fried. I'm done. I'm done. But we'll get there. We still have more than half this to go, I feel. We still have a few rounds to go. Let's see. All right. Seven, 13. Yes. What was I thinking? Yeah, you're right. I think I subtracted 5 from it for some reason. I don't know why. All right. Travel. We're going to spend 4 damage to travel to the Cracked Pillar. Woo. Okay. Engagement. Technically, we don't have to engage the big troll yet, but let's count to see if it's worth it. Because we could optionally engage him. This guy for sure we're engaging. He hits for 3. And we just need 5 to take him out. So we could do that here. This guy we need 10 to take out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mute. What do we have here? So if we lose 2 of these guys for defensive purposes, that just leaves 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for attack. That's not enough to kill both. So let's leave this guy for 1 round, I think. That's scary. But we want to get rid of him now. I don't want to exhaust the cave torch. We can put this guy back. When the cave warg attacks, you exhaust cave torch to cancel the attack and return him to the staging area. I don't think we need to do that. I also can just do Durin Song right now, and then we toast both of them. I think we do that. Yeah, so let's take on this guy optionally. This guy will automatically engage us. Surge, or shadow card. Okay, so defense. We're going to defend here against the... Oh, it's excess, right? Oh, we don't care about points right now. Quest points. So this guy will attack for 6. Deal 1 damage to a character you control. I would put it on Gloin, but we know we're not seeing the other one now. I'll just put it here. Okay, so he kills this guy. This guy only soaks up 1 damage. So the 5 will go and remove progress from here, but it doesn't matter. And this guy's gone. Okay. And then this guy's attacking for 3. I feel like we just lose one of these guys. Deal 1 damage to the defending character. Good thing I defended with somebody who has at least 2 health. So he takes the damage, then hits for 3. That kills this guy. Okay. All right. Now we're going to spend 1 for Durin Song. Yep. To choose a dwarf hero, we'll choose this guy. He'll get +2 willpower, +2 attack, and +2 defense till the end of the round. So he can attack for 5 total, and we just need 10 on this guy. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What did I mess up here? Thought I could kill both. Yeah, what did I mess up? Whatever. Yeah, because I'm shy from this guy for 1 guy. Someone died that shouldn't have. Oh well. I miscounted. That's okay. So then maybe I don't need to play the +2, because I could just cram. Yeah, let's just cram. Yeah, I messed up. So roll +1. So this is 6, 5, that's 11. That kills this guy. And yeah, we'll just say that he... Yeah, if he... Oh, I see. No, that doesn't work either. So this is 6... No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He'll attack 10, 11, and then ready up so they all get their buff back. And he's got a buff. So more than enough to kill that guy. Cram is gone. This guy's still chilling because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, whatever. It's gotta be something. I thought that 2 was enough. Okay. Yeah. All right. Ready up. Threat goes up 35. We draw our last 2 cards out of our deck. Hidden Cache and Dory. So we just have to play with what we have in our hand. That's all the cards we have left for the rest of the game. That's how we're going to roll. All right. Money. Boom. 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 Okay, okay. And now those hidden caches are completely dead, useless cards in my hand. But that's okay. I feel like we got enough of the money from them all game that it worked out good. They've been definitely good today. All right. Do we play Gandalf, just snipe that Cavern Warg? I feel like maybe... We're going to reveal 2 cards off the deck. I do want to quest hard. Yeah, let's just do a Gandalf for 5. He'll come into play. Let's snipe this guy. All right, questing. Let's do the 3 Longbeard Elders. And let's do the Record Keepers. And let's do 2 of these guys again. So let's reveal this the card. It's a location. So we get to put, oh, this is interesting. We'll fire off all of these to look at the top card. After Longbeard Elder commits, look at the top card of the encounter deck. If that card is a location, place 1 progress on the current quest. That will complete the Cracked Pillar. So that like worked amazing. That goes in the discard. Okay. And because that's gone, I think right away, after Cracked Pillar leaves plays an explored location, advance to stage 4A. So we actually get to advance before we have to reveal the two quest cards. No additional encounter card because this is gone now. So that's gone, that's gone. The Oath Keepers, when revealed, add Goblin Chieftain back to the staging area. Okay, so now we're on quest 4. So his X's are all 4s now. So he's 4 threat, 4 attack, 4 defense. And after he attacks, either remove 4 progress from the current quest or return him to the staging area. So he'll keep running away from us unless we lose progress. But we need at least 8 damage or 8 progress tokens on this quest so he loses the text, cannot take damage. So we can't damage him unless we have 8 on here. But we can't keep him in front of us to fight him unless we discard 8 from here, or discard 4 from here. So we need to have like 12 at least on there, I believe, as if I'm doing this right, to get rid of 4 and still be able to hit him without him running away. Or we let him go back and leave 8 on here, and then we do things like Gandalf coming in to deal damage to him, which is what I was kind of saving that for, but it's okay. Because he's 4 defense, so literally in 1 turn we need to hit him for 12 damage. If only I knew a way to do that. Lure of Moria is going to wreck this quest. All right, so let's reveal. So we're still in this quest phase. We've done this. Their responses. Cleared that card, advanced this. Now we're staging. We pull 1 card, it's Branching Paths. So it's a dark location, so it gets +1, so it's 2. So we have 6 in here. And we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Slow down. 17 minus 6 is 11. Oh, we're 1 shy from that magical number there of 12 that I just said. Son of a bee. And I don't have a Durin song. Oh, I do have a Durin song, but do I do that? To get the magical 12? So he can't run away and then I still have 8 in there? I can't do the Lure of Moria right now, but that would be freaking hilarious. Yeah, I might as well, right? Because I could probably kill this guy right now with Gandalf and all these guys, right? I mean, if I count it properly. Yeah, I'll play it without counting, but I should probably count. Oh, no, it's a hero. I don't have a hero questing. I don't have a hero questing. My mistake. My mistake. I don't have a hero in the quest to even buff up to get more quest power. That was dumb. That's okay. That's okay. Travel. After Branching Paths leaves play as an explored location, look at the top 3 cards in counter deck. Choose one to reveal. Yeah, I'll do it so it's not in the staging area, giving more threat to things. Okay, this guy is going to come after us. He's actually 40. We don't have to take him right now. He's 40. We're at 35. But we probably can stomp him right now. Let's check. Let's check. So we needed him for 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, like, and this guy can defend. Yeah, let's just get him now. Let's get him. Let's get him, boys. All right, he's attacking for 4. We're going to defend with this guy right here. You're sorry, buddy. You're the one taking the hits for the team today. Okay, he's going to defend for 1. Cancel all... Serenity now, this card. Oh. Cancel all combat damage dealt to attacking enemy this round. I was just about to end it. And this guy says, nah, even though you can damage me, you actually can't damage me. Jeez Louise. Son of a... Oh, serenity now, serenity now. Well, I'm not going to keep him engaged with me. After he kills this guy, he can go back to the staging area. Get out of here. Go. Get. Only this was 2-player and you had to cancel. Yep. Fun of solo. Or true solo. You can play 2-handed. Now, I wish I put those cancels in and used Narvi's Belt. I would take it more serious if I had cancels with Narvi's Belt. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, ready up. Bye, Gandalf. He could have finished it, but he didn't. So that was kind of a crappy Gandalf play. All right. Threat goes up. 36. Draw. Oh. Money, money. We can damage him with Gandalf right now, right? Let's just do that. Or do we do the whole ready all orcs and smash them? No, let's do the ready all orcs thing. It's funnier. Or ready all or dwarves. All right, let's just play this guy for 2. And he's going to return the topmost attachment, cram, back to our hand from our discard pile. We're going to throw a cram on this guy. And that is that. Okay. Questing. We got 4 in there, 3 blocking here. We have more than enough here. We just need to get 1 through. And we're only revealing 1 card, but I'll just do the standard. Just throwing a bunch of these guys in. Whoops. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do like this. Okay, let's reveal. It's a location, so we get to put 3 progress. We'll trigger it 3 times. And that will get rid of this. That was easy. Okay, we'll stage this. We have 6 in there. We're at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 minus 6 is 11 more. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. Whatever. Okay. Travel? Sure, let's travel. Engagement? I think we can kill this guy again without needing all that stuff. We'll take this guy. We will defend with... Gloin's going to take one for the team. Like... Oh yeah, that location had a... Oh, this might help us actually. Yes, this helps us. Forget this. Forget the rewind. Rewind. I'm putting that back on top. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Rewind, rewind. Yes, orbit. Force. After branching paths leaves play as an explored location, look at the top 3 cards in the encounter deck. Choose 1 to reveal. Put the other 2 on the bottom of the deck in any order. This is going to save us. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, Orbit, yes. The best correction ever pointed out on a stream. I'm rolling that back for sure. So we have Lightless Passage, and we have these two. So we could search for a goblin, put it into play. No. The warg. Let's just reveal the Lightless Passage, right? So when would that have been there? Oh, that's less here. Yeah, let's do this and remove 4 from here. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, so we'll just put that into play, and then these we'll put on the bottom. Sure. Yeah, that's better. That's better. And then that means we would have had more threat, 4 more threat here, so I put 4 less on the location. And then travel, we would... Oh, this was in the staging area, right? No, we revealed this, right? Crap. No more than 4 can be placed on the quest each round. Hold on. This we revealed though, right? This is the one we revealed, which got rid of that one. Oh, then this would have still been there. Sorry, this would have still been there. This would have been there. And I think this was on top then. Yeah, and then what I'll do is shuffle those. Yeah, that's not truly correct, I don't think. Yeah, this is messy. All right, so these 3 I see. I then choose this one to go into play. These 2 I put on the bottom, like this. Then I reveal this one, which after a goblin revealed from the encounter deck, remove on progress on a current quest. Okay, so we were like this. We were like this. We had 11, right? Okay, so then we quested with 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, minus 6, still 11. There's nothing preventing that. Right. Let's just do it the same way. Or we can do like this, this, and this. Okay. Oops. This. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I explored this one. This one's the one I explored. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Now, this guy, so travel, I guess travel to this one. This one stays there. This guy engaged. He is shadow card. I'm defending with glowing. Nothing. That's better. See you, glowing. Thanks, buddy. Okay. Defending for 4 has 8 health. So we can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we could just cram, but the better play is spending 3 lore resource or 3 leadership resources just because we can to ready all dwarf characters. Totally not necessary, but we are going to do it. And then they're all going to pile on the Goblin Chieftain. You know, just to be a troll. Because that's what the deck deserves. 1, 2, whoops, this guy's ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, hold on. 1, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. He blocks for 4. That's 20 damage. And we got him. Yeah. The dwarves coming in with the elbows, one after another. Taking out the Goblin Chieftain. Yeah, this deck is bananas. And even if it went on a few more rounds, like I have Dory, I could still play. I have Bomber, I could still play. Gandalf, I could still play. Miner of the Iron Hills to still play. Durin's Song to help us push through some extra stuff. Another Gandalf. And then just these cards that I feel are like dead, but not bad. Like I've had it where I've ended the game with 3 caches in my hand that none of them did anything all game and they're just dead. Or Thoror's Map, which in this scenario could be helpful, but I don't really use it. But yeah, there. I wanted to show drawing through the whole deck. I knew that would happen. And yeah, it's just gross. The only thing that could have been messy is if we didn't get the Lure of Moria and more guys died a bit, but I think we still could have afforded, like, you know, we hit the hidden caches enough to give us money. We got the glowing money. So it just allowed us to flood stuff, the storytelling, whatever it's called. What's the one? The tale, let me tell you a tale or whatever it's called. Where we exhaust 2 of them. We like, it always was hitting good. Not a very good tale. Like this card in this deck is like silly. Especially when you like can discard those other guys to put into play off of it. You know, I don't have to always exhaust the most expensive guys I have on the table, but I just do it anyway for fun because maybe we can get Gandalf into play that way. And then discard one of those other dwarfs, you know, one of these guys with a Gandalf is like hilarious. Where we just get to discard this guy into play. So we get like 8 costs worth of enemies for 5 costs exhausted. You know, I've actually got 2 of these guys into play once off of this card. Like, and had the allies like almost perfectly work out where I exhausted, I think, 6 cost worth of guys. And I've got 5 costs of allies in play plus 2 of these. Yeah, it was 11, no, 10, yeah, 11 cost for only exhausting 5 or 6 cost. Yeah, it was good. But it doesn't always work out that way. But sometimes you at least hit a hidden cache off of it, you know. Sometimes you don't find any allies, and that's sad time. But not in this deck, really. I've never had it miss completely. I've had it where I like could only put like in a 2 cost one time because I only saw 1 ally. But yeah, so that's the default Dwarfs deck. It's nuts. It's like crushes this little pack, like crushes it, like not even a chance. At least the elf deck, like there's a chance where you're like hanging on razor thin. You gotta think outside the box to try to solve some issues and get out of tight situations. But this deck, like you could get in a situation at the beginning if you get expensive dwarfs and like don't have a way to pay for them. But if you can hammer through those first couple rounds by your heroes defending for you and surviving, you'll build up a board really fast, and then your dwarves have some meaty stats. With Dane giving them a buff, you're able to quest and fight like okay, so it's like you can survive. And they all have like 2 or 3 health, it feels like, too, so they can defend and take a few hits and still survive to defend again. And yeah. Isn't it like 30 plus damage? Like some of those hit twice. I added all the +1s from Dane, but you can't declare the same. I don't think you declare the same. Like you declare attackers, Yogi, all at the same time, simultaneously, I think. So there wouldn't be a chance to like play an action to ready them all up and then re-attack with some of them. I do it one at a time, but that's not technically, I don't think in the rules how it works. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you have a window to do attackers. You can't interrupt declaring attackers by doing actions. I'm actually attacking with all of them. Then you can play like responses or do actions. But I wouldn't be able to like attack with some of them, play an action, ready them up, and continue adding more to the attack because I've already closed that window. So yeah. No, I can't attack with all of them like that, but yeah. Yeah. And it's not about a rule of using the same character twice. It's more about a rule of like the declaration happens all in one confined like action window. So like you have to declare everyone. Same with questing. You have to like pick all your questers in one little window per player. Then you do responses. Then you have like an opening for actions after everyone's declared. So even if you had ways of readying guys up, it's not like you can add them again to the quest because the window's already closed. You're way past that point. So yeah. So it's the timing window thing, not a rule that says you can't attack with the same guy twice. Because technically you can attack twice when you go to the next enemy to attack. If you've then readied up the guy in an action window. So like I could have, you know, attacked with all of them, killed this guy. Or I could have attacked with the guys I had. I had enough to kill this guy. Then I could have readied all dwarfs and killed the other guys. Obviously the scenario ends right away as soon as I kill this guy. Because I have so much progress here. But if I didn't, you know, I only had like the 8. Oh, 8 would do it too. Never mind. But you know what I mean. So if I had multiple enemies, yes, that Lure of Moria is amazing for when you have a flood of enemies in front of you, engage with you, like 4 of them. You don't know what to do. You play that card that helps you get out of the tough spot because you can attack, overcommit on somebody, kill them, and then ready them all up, and then, you know, divide up your attack against the other enemies. So yeah. Or you could defend with your board, do a whole bunch of blocking, and then ready them all up to just attack back. But I like using it for like questing all in, and then when you get to the combat phase, you know, just battle through the damage and then attack with everybody, ready them all up, and you're good to go. So yeah. But yeah, the Lure of Moria for 3 is like ready all dwarf characters. Like, yeah, you can just crush and like, especially if you know the timing of the quests, how to advance and when to slow down and when to speed up. That's like the beauty of some scenarios, is knowing when to do that and what's going to come out. Because if you know when to like time it properly and you have some known information, like when you're peeking at the top of the quest deck and you know what's going to come out as the next shadow card or the next quest card or whatever, you can then know to commit only so many and then have some to stand up and do it all very, you know, efficiently, and then ready everyone up after that, and then, you know, just clear the board by attacking, which is awesome. So yeah, that's a dwarf deck. Man, this deck is bananas. Bananas. So the other hero in the pack is Nori. After you play a dwarf character from your hand, reduce your threat by 1. So with the starter deck, if you wanted to tick out like Biffer or whatever, you can make it like a tri-sphere deck with, similar to the elf deck we were doing. Have lore, spirit, and leadership, you know, and then you could start reducing your threat. Because I didn't really use Biffer's ability to pay 1 from someone else to go to him. And I didn't even use the attachment. I didn't even use this. I used this part like a lot, like having him be able to spend money off him for lore, or leadership, but I never needed to ready. But there are times where I could have readied and helped me like speed it up a bit, you know, ready up somebody who quested and then fight, or defend with a hero, then fight with a hero. But yeah, I never needed to use that, so that's the thing. But yeah, you could do the threat reduction. This is what Mel was playing with this one, I think, in our Hobbit saga. Get some magic ring going. I would put this in the deck for sure. Attach to a hero, limit 1 hero and 1 per deck. 1 per hero, 1 per deck. Action, exhaust magic ring and raise your threat by 1 to choose 1. Heal a damage from the attached hero. Add 1 resource to a attached hero's pool, or ready attached hero. I was only at 36 threat. Like, I easily would have done this to just get that 1 extra money I needed to like maybe play Gandalf like a little earlier, or the Lure of Moria, maybe done it 1 more turn earlier when I didn't have the money, or just play that 1 extra ally, you know? But this, like, so good. And especially if you're playing this guy, like, you get the threat reduction going, you know, all those dwarfs I'm playing, you know, putting this in, like, this is crazy. That's crazy. Like, such a different deck, but still cool. Yeah. Yeah, like, and we're, like, we didn't even have the standard, you know, this, every dwarf deck you play, you should have the Keely Feely going. And we didn't even have that, and we're crushing it. Like, destroying it. So, like, just, you put that in, and, like, then it gets nuts. So, yeah, like, I definitely would switch out Biffer, and then I would switch out Biffer for Nori for sure. If I were to, like, just build a deck from this, I would have definitely played with these 3 guys and totally changed the deck around. So that I'm reducing my threat, and then everyone's, like, all buffed up. Like, I think it's the best way to go. I just don't know what they give you for spirit allies. I mean, Sigil Minor. Name a number to discard. Sorry, exhaust Sigil Minor and name a number to discard the top 2 cards of your deck. If at least one of those cards has a cost equal to the named number, choose a hero you control. For each card that matches the named number, add one resource to that hero's pool. But it goes with the whole discarding thing. So like you start discarding those other allies, the arid lewd miners or whatever, you start exhausting hidden caches. It's a fun time. You discard an attachment that you can get back with that other guy. The one that comes into play, I forget, the Hammersmith. Yeah, Erebor Hammersmith, getting you attachments back. So I don't know. He's only 2 costs. He's got good stats other than the 1 health. But I mean, like, that's fun. And then the Keely and Feely. I would work in the Keely and Feely, and that's it. I'd probably take out my duplicates of Gloin, Dory, and Bomber if they're in there. Oh no, Bomber only has 1 copy. Yeah, I would just find a space for, you know, 3 of... I think it's 3 of Feely with that leadership attachment campaign card. I would do 3 Feely and 2 Keelys or something like that. I would take out Thror's map. And then, yeah, I'd find room. Yeah, it's not hard. It's not a hard, like, to still have the same crazy bananas going on in the deck and not really mess with it too much. Like, when you play this guy from your hand, discard the top 2 cards of your deck to reduce its cost by 2. Like, that just also, like, you know, yeah, I think it's more, I think it'd be a more fun deck and probably a better deck to put in the Spirit in here. So if I wasn't trying to play and experiment with the pre-built decks, I would definitely right away, I would have swapped out Biffer. Swapped out Biffer, put in Nori, and then started adding some of these guys in and getting the Keely Feely stuff going. Yep. Easy peasy. Thror's map goes out. I'd probably reduce my count of... I maybe take out a Longbeard guy. You know, reduce a little bit of my leadership cost. And some of my... I could probably remove... some of the lore guys too, right? If I'm taking out a lore hero, I need to reduce my lore cost and my lore count. But yeah, I would just have to spread out the cards. But easily Thror's map. Another copy of Dory I'd take out probably. I never use his ability. He's not bad statted though. Oh, Narvi's Belt. I might only keep 1 of these, but it might be more powerful in a 3-color deck. But... yeah, I'm just not really a fan of it too much, but it might be just because of the deck I was just playing. But it could smooth things out. That actually might be a keeper. But if I'm going to go that way, I'd probably make sure I have 3 in so that I get it when I need it. But again, it's like early game. I don't want to spend money on that. I want to spend money on like actual getting guys in play. It's like I'm not really a fan of it. But yeah. That's fun stuff. Fun stuff. Cool. So yeah, I don't know which one to do next. Orbit saying Narvi's Belt is great for the Trisphere. Add a Steward of Gondor as well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Orbit, are you saying I could take cards from the core set and put them in here? I'm just joking. No, I'd want to, if I'm going to tweak with the deck, I would tweak with just the cards in the starter deck. But I know that's a very rare thing, right? If you are buying these starter decks, you would probably have a revised core set already, right? So of course, there is some crazy bananas strong cards from the revised core set that you definitely should put in these starter decks, like literally right away. But I'm a huge fan of taking what FFG, the designers, have put together as pre-built decks. Just try them out. It'll get you to play and try some cards you maybe wouldn't build with that you might not see in net decks or decks on the internet of like efficient pre-built decks and stuff, or that people are making. They'll ignore some of those cards because they don't feel they're most efficient cards, or they have a bigger card pool. But it's fun, I find, playing with people's decks that are using cards that you don't normally play with or you don't see. That's like a passion of mine in Marvel Champions. I love looking up decks, and I try to ignore the top one usually and find one that starts to have cards in it that I don't recognize. And then I want to try that one. It might not be the best deck, but it's usually someone's trying to do some crazy thing with cards that aren't normally played. It just forces me to see those cards and use those cards. Like, and I find the discovery is nice. You know, it's nice to see new things and try new things and get that sense of discovery. So yeah, I definitely would. Of course, the deck earlier this week I played the Elves deck, the Dwarf deck. Yeah, of course I'm putting Steward of Gondors in those decks. I have leadership all day, every day. But I did like the way both of them are creative and not going with just the usual staples, the efficient meta, like easy generation of resource cards. They're using the fun cards to generate resources and get characters into play. Like, I think it's super fun. Like, I don't know, it's neat. It's cool. And I remember when I used to build decks for 4 players with, I think I had like one collection, but I also bought some packs from Lord of the Rings Living Card Game. So I had, you know, I had extra core sets. I had some of the packs I'd buy multiples of, just so I had some of the staple cards that everyone could have in their deck. But I loved it when the card pool got bigger and you could build decks similar to these 4 starter decks, and everyone had their own theme and the economy and the draw that was specific to their, you know, tribal keyword traded deck, you know, which I thought was cool. So it is cool the way they did that with these starter decks, how you have all the dwarf themed cards that help make sure you're drawing cards in the dwarf theme and you're getting money in the dwarf theme. And then the elf deck did it too, that you're drawing and finding and playing your elves without the, like, you know, without the Steward of Gondor, you know, like they could have just gone easily reprinted that card, threw it in there and just made it straightforward. But I like that they show that you can take a single card pool and build 4 unique kind of decks and themes. And it only gets better as the card pool expands. So like these reprinted sets hopefully keep introducing cards to help build up some of these archetypes. So that, you know, you can, from one single set for, like, you know, one single player, one copy of every product, you could have 4 players join you at the table and all have very unique decks that maybe help each other out, maybe don't. And it's really neat. I think it's one of the beauties of the game, working together, 3 and 4 player at the table. I played this game 3 and 4 players a bunch back in the day, and it was so fun calling out who's got this enemy, who can help me with this. I need money, you know, firing off Biffer's ability on purpose. You know, someone else is like, I have a money to give you. Okay, good. I can get an extra dwarf into play. You know, it's so fun. So fun. But yeah. All right. Three-player Arkham in October. Let's go. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know, Yogi, what we'll be playing with Kyle, like, at that time. And I don't know if Justin will be back playing games yet either. And I don't know anyone else who would be consistent enough to play Arkham every week. Or multiple times a week. So it's probably just 2-player. Or solo. We'll see. Orbit says, Jank Elves deck next. No. What I'm going to do, since the poll last week, nobody really wanted me to play with the Elves deck retweaked. I'm not going to play with the Dwarf deck retweaked next. I'm just going to work on the next deck. So I think everyone was saying the Rohan one is the worst one. So I think I'll go with the Gondor one first. And then we'll go with the Rohan one after. So next week I'll probably have 2 solo streams. One trying the Gondor starter deck. And the other one will do the Rohan starter deck. And just all the pre-builts. Just still pre-builts. We'll work through that. And then we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at. Yeah. Yeah, true, Yogi. I will see. We'll see when that time comes around. I think this October, I probably want to put a bunch of games on a poll and see which games people even want us to try out of our collection that are considered horror games. So that way I just pick a couple to focus on. I don't know if I want to do like last year where we literally are playing like a different game every day, and in that week we played through like 4 or 5 different horror games. That was it was trouble because too many games were similar themes, but they all had different mechanics. So it was getting very confusing trying to keep everything straight, and it was getting very messy and frustrating. So what I think I would do is maybe like in the same week, like just focus on like one of the games, then in the next week focus on another game and leave the other one off, and it's done. And then you know, like each week, so of the 4 or 5 whatever weeks in October, how many it is, kind of just focus on one-ish game a week, and maybe just do it like that. So like play like Arkham or the 3rd edition like twice, you know, in that week, if that's the one that, like, just have everyone vote for their favorite ones on the list or favorite few, and then whichever ones bubble to the top, those are the ones we pick, and we just go with that. Yeah, like Nemesis could be on there, but I don't know if we'll get 4 players together. That's the problem. So we'll see how it's going. We'll see what people's availabilities are from our players, like if Shomar can come down and join us, or if Justin's around, or how much Kyle wants to come, if Kyle can come on one of the weekends, and, you know, we can play 3-player of something. But we might be going through an Arkham LCG campaign with him. Maybe we're still playing Lord of the Rings with him. I'm just going to keep playing then. Or maybe we put Lord of the Rings on hold. If we're playing through Lord of the Rings campaign at the time, Journeys Middle Earth or whatever, with Kyle, maybe we put that on hold for October, play something, you know, horror themed with him every week, and then come back to Lord of the Rings after that. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah. Anyways. Yes, I should get out of here too. Orbit, thank you for watching. See you later. Again, more Lord of the Rings next week. Make sure you subscribe, like, all that business. But yeah, I'm loving having this game back on the table. The starter decks so far have been awesome. I remember unboxing them, thinking they were great. They're a great product so far, what I've seen. And even some of the cards in the pack, I can see tweaking them in. The heroes they give you are cool. Great way to build up a new player's collection from the revised core set. And get ready for the Angmar, or Angmar, however you say it, campaign. Plus the player cards from that cycle too. Like, yeah, great way to boost up the collection, have some theme decks, get players also, like a new player could buy the revised core set and like a couple starter decks, and boom, you can have 4 players over playing no problem. You know, you don't even need to buy all 4 starter decks, and you could easily have a game night playing the game very quickly without a lot of understanding of deck building. You just pick the decks that are in the learn to play guide, pre-built 2-sphere decks. You build those from the core set. You just grab a couple starter decks, throw them at your friends, teach them a game, and you're playing a campaign from the core set. Throw in the Dark of Mirkwood, boom, you have a 5 weeks of fun without really building decks. And then you could learn the game with pre-built decks and get used to what the game has to offer. And it's not that much of a money sink either. And it's like a pretty solid little game before you even start tweaking decks and messing around. And you still have extra cards to tweak decks if you want. So it's really cool. I think they did a good job to really, you know, for the new player coming into the game with all the revised core set stuff. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Mel is back Sunday. Paint stream, continuing massive Darkness 2 painting before we can get it to the table and play it. And yeah, we have some other streams coming. I don't want to spoil anything, but we're going to be like learning another game, or relearning a game tomorrow actually to play something new we just got on the channel. Hopefully not this weekend, but next weekend. So tomorrow I'll be learning and pulling out an older game that we've not played in a while to relearn and play tomorrow. So practice, get it ready, and then check out this new content. And yeah, we'll be back to play that next week. So it should be fun. Anyways, maybe I can even get some sun tomorrow. It might be nice. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.